Hello, everybody. We are back for another dose of Dalton. They are teed up. Let me throw this up here on the screen so you guys can see what I'm seeing. So we got the Dalton meeting tonight. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that trailer I had on this video. The Dalton trustees, yeah. Here we go. So we can see what's going on. Let me talk to you guys for a second. There's no volume on it right now. We are waiting. So this is the Dalton Trustees page. Now, just to catch everybody up on what's going on first, how's everybody doing out there? We've had an interesting couple of days. Oh, you like this trailer? That's cool. Thank you so much. I hope you guys like it. I was like, so many people were saying, put the trailer up. Oh, Linda, what's up? Evening. Uh, yes, this is gonna be good tonight because don't forget we got Tiffany Henyard. She's now so for those of you who don't know, Tiffany Henyard didn't want to have the meetings here. She wanted to have them at Village Hall, which is a lot smaller. You couldn't get everybody in. So they had a judge. A judge recently said, "No, you got to have the meeting at the bigger venue because we want people to show up." So now they've had the meetings at the bigger venue. So now they have to have the meetings at the bigger venue. So Tiffany Henyard, but the judge also said that Tiffany Henyard had to be so. For those who don't know, Tiffany Henyard recently, there's what's his name? What's the trustee's name again? The one that was accused of assault but cleared by the police. Hold on, let me show you Tiffany Henyard's her new post. It's calling me. All right, here we go. I got it. Got you, Henyard. All right, so I'm on Facebook. Let me shift this to Facebook so you guys can see what I'm looking at. So I'm on Facebook. There it is. The meeting hasn't started yet. So Tiffany, last night she was watching the election results, and this is what she wrote. Let me see more. So here is what Tiffany wrote. Let me expand this so you guys can see it. So obviously, FBI investigating you. So it's Tiffany Henyard, 11 hours ago. Congratulations, President Trump. You are now the 47th president. You have made history by coming back and winning the president of the United States. What a big comeback. Now let's work together. Hey, Sarah. Let's hope the sound is yes. I think it's better tonight. But I have contingencies just in case. But to all my supporters, let's work together and put our differences aside. Trump is now our president, and we must find, let me highlight this, and we must find a common ground to reach across the aisle and focus on next steps. President Trump, as supervisor of Thornton Township and mayor of Dolton, I would like to sit down with you and talk about helping the people throughout Thornton Township. I have a lot of great ideas and believe we can work together for the greater good. With that being said, let's make America great again. I also sent you a message. Check your inbox. Love, Tiffany. I stand with hashtag. I stand with Tiff. Hashtag Tiffany Henyard. Hashtag stay focused. Hashtag never give up. Hashtag focus on what matters. Hashtag God's plan. Hashtag God's trust God. Hashtag president election 2024. So Tiffany is looking. I think Tiffany might be looking for a pardon. Which is insane old stuff. But we'll see. Let's get back to the meeting. See what's going on there. This is the meeting. So it doesn't seem like they're really doing anything now. So they have to. The judge said they have to give Tiffany a reasonable amount of time. So I don't know if it's going to be an hour. I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know what that is. Yeah, Tiffany, she's desperate. But if you got the FBI, looking down your back, I get a little desperate too. Nate for mayor of Dalton. I'm back in Jason house. I'm just hoping that I was telling somebody else. I was like, I don't want to back. I shouldn't back anybody because now I back Jason house. He becomes like as bad as Tiffany Henyard, and then I got to come in. Oh well, I made a mistake. But to be honest with you, you kind of got to back anybody over Henyard. She's just like, it's like I don't know if she'd win. Matter of fact, we had a poll where we said, do you want to vote for Tiffany or Satan? And Satan won like 2-1. So, and this is a room full of Christians. What's up, Rhea? Nate the lawyer. All right, here it is. Sorry, I missed your super chat. Nate the lawyer. I mean your chat. Nate the lawyer. Do you know how Dalton voted? No, Dalton's blue. Dalton's majority blue. So yeah, you're not gonna get. This is Democrat land. Matter of fact, here's Henyard endorsed Harris, and then now she's begging for Trump. Nate, when is Tiffany Henyard doc coming? I don't know when Netflix can start giving us a call, because I know Netflix has got to be all over this. Oh, finally, Nate is here. Oh yeah, I'm here. Nate for me. I appreciate it, but I don't want any mayoralships. I don't want to be president or not. It's funny. You don't know how things affect other people. Because like the last night, the election, I was like, to me, I'm just gonna be honest. Whoever wins. The presidency is not really gonna affect my life. But there. If I just line up all the issues, I align more with Trump on the issues: immigration, Second Amendment, the tough on crime policies. I align more with Trump with those. When it comes to things like abortion, I align with Harris more. But I just found it so interesting that people are really, really, really like crazy for that Trump won. It's like, don't you guys remember he was president before? Matter of fact, the unknown in this election was Harris. Harris was never president. We lived through a Trump presidency and survived. As a matter of fact, came out pretty all right. So I don't know. It's just lunacy. Actually, what the hell's going on? Oh yeah, so they still waiting for Henyard, because remember the judge said you got to give her a reasonable amount of time to get there. Yeah, hopefully I'll be better than Henyard. I wouldn't be putting money in my pocket. I think that's like the issue here. Like the money's too funny. It's funny because in the hood we used to have this saying, if it's about dollars, it's got to make sense. I was like, oh, that's cute. That could be from someplace else, but we used to say that all the time in the hood. Abortion, it's a state matter. President Trump said it is a state matter. But listen, I'm someone who is for a woman's right to choose. So it just is what it is. I honestly think it's none of my business. Talking about late term, 9 month, 8 months, 7 month. No, I'm not with that. I'm totally against that. But if you're talking about week number 3, 4, maybe week 10, it's your business. And you can definitely take the morning after pill. Nate, where's the FBI and Tiffany? I don't know. Your live last night was amazing. Oh, thank you so much. We had a lot of fun last night. For those of you that we watched the election live, that was crazy. Press secretary? That's a spin job though. I appreciate it, because I'll have to spin it all. I'm like, this is the best economy ever for Biden. You got to spin, but he's press secretary. It's a spin machine. Yeah, Nate would be yeah, you think I think so? I don't know. That's just not my thing. Because to do that, you got to feed people a lot of shit. So that's the only thing bad about being a political leader. What's going on? But see, this is the issue now. Now they got to wait all this time for Henyard. So now we just everybody understands, we're waiting for Tiffany Henyard because the judge said it's essentially improper to start the meeting without her. So they're without giving her a reasonable amount of time to show up. That's what's going on. So Henyard, I think, is taking this and abused it a little bit. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Oops, gotta fix that. So now just everybody's sitting there waiting for Henyard. And she's gonna make her grand entrance. She's gonna make her grand entrance, do her little walk, get down there. So But it's funny because this story, I can't wait for it to come to an end in terms of the FBI. If there's no arrest made, I'm honestly would be shocked. I'd be more shocked than the Dems are today about Trump's win last night. It would be unbelievably shocking. It'd be unbelievably shocking. Super Mayor better have her money. That's the landlord, right? The landlord. What's the deal with the eviction? Well, so from my people in Dalton, from my connects in Dalton, what I found out is that Tiffany actually doesn't live in that home. I think her boyfriend lives in that home or something like that. They actually don't live there; they live somewhere else out of Dalton. So I think that's like the issue. But I'm thinking of keeping that in Dalton to have a Dalton address, so she can say the whole "I stay here," "I grew, you flew," that type of thing. But but again, that's all those are all rumors that I've heard third hand. So I'm not sure if that's accurate. But that's essentially what it is. So they're saying she actually lives someplace else, not in Dalton. But they did serve her the paper, so I'm assuming we'll find out if she got evicted or not. Because that'll be on public record what happens. Nate, did you hear the feds charged against the federal? Yes, they haven't been dropped. They are being dropped. Jack Smith isn't fired as of yet because he's a special counsel. I see a lot of people saying the case only left Fulton. No. So the two federal cases, 100% true. They are winding those down because Trump is president, so you can't. So those cases are going to go on for more than 2 months. And as soon as he becomes president, he can shut it all down anyway. So either Biden should pardon him or they're just going to drop it. So right now, the Justice Department's in talks with them to wind it down and to dismiss that case. So that's what's going to happen. The other cases that against Trump are the state cases. The Georgia case is a state case. That's not going to happen for a while. So that'll probably have to wait until after he serves his term because you can't prosecute a sitting president. So when he becomes president, then you have to wait till after he comes out. So that's probably 4 years that they have to wait. And by that time, Bonnie and the rest of them will be gone. Or witnesses. It's just a lot. I think I'm assuming they're going to drop the Georgia RICO case against Trump. They can drop it against Trump and get everybody else. They can just drop it against Trump. And there's no pardon for that because of the state. Of course, so Trump does have no power over that one. The New York City case, let's not forget, we got the 34, what is it, 33, 34, only conviction. Well, only what is it, guilty.
I'm sure y'all can hear me. Of course, the mayor's intentionally late. Meeting's supposed to start 6:30, 6:46.
We waiting, Steve. We waiting. So
the sound is gonna go back out. So I said, yeah, where the sound is coming back out.
All right. So what's the other thing that I wanted to then we have the state cases in New York. The one he was found guilty on 34 counts, something like that. But anyway, that and that particular case, again, it's a state case, so the feds can't really mess with it. What they could do though is that he's being sentenced on the state charges, I think next week. So and he's sentenced. These are petty felonies, paper felonies, first time offender. He should be paying a fine and maybe doing some community service or something, which he'll have to do after he becomes president, and that's it. So that's going away. He has the two civil judgments that I think is that he's going to have to deal with, which is the $100 million or whatever it is from the from what's the woman that said that E. Jean Carroll, and then he has the big like $300 or $400 million one from the state of New York. So there's a lot. So it's the criminal cases. I think essentially should be done by next week. But I think the civil cases are going to be a whole different ball game. But I'm actually I'm on top of the Jack Smith stuff, so I'll definitely keep you guys up to date, so you guys will know if Jack Smith is what's going on with that case. But that should be dropped in like maybe the next month. So Jack Smith should be fired as a special counsel. I'm Nate for Congress. Maybe I might run for Congress here. That would be good. That would be good. But I would run as a Republican though. I wouldn't run as a Democrat because I just couldn't vote for a lot of that Democrat stuff, and I don't like that whole. Yeah, it's either I'd probably run as a Republican. Nate the lawyer, yes, MAGA, huh? So, if you heard, I don't know if you heard another voice. That was Steve. He is a former Dalton trustee, and he's the person who does all their stuff. So this is good. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Let me see. Oh, let me see. With abortion, it's not just a woman's choice. Most abortions are subsidized by government, meaning our taxes went to them. What about taxpayers' choice? If a woman can pay for it, fine, but I shouldn't. I agree. I think, yeah, I think like with any medical procedure, if you don't want to pay tax dollars, that's the vote, right? But I think you should give the person the option to, if I want to go pay for it myself, they should have it. So yeah, I agree with you. And subsidize, but then there's a lot of stuff that we subsidize that I don't agree with. So, like in some states they subsidize gender affirming care. I definitely don't want my money going to that. But if the legislature, when I pay my taxes, I turn that money over to the legislature and they get to do what they want. And for me to say I don't like that, you know what I do? I vote that legislature out and hopefully get somebody else in there. But that was when I was in New York. Now in Texas, I don't get that issue. I also love your channel. Been watching. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I don't know. Did you guys see, like, I've been putting out a lot more content the past couple of days because I really wanted to try to get my content out because I haven't been really feeling well, and I've been having some issues in the background. So things have just resolved recently. So I've been putting out a lot more videos trying to get just get that traction. And it's been funny because I was looking back at my stats. When I was putting out 3-4 videos a day, each video was getting like 100, 200,000 views. But sometimes when you go on like these little hiatuses, the one that I've just been on, sometimes you got to build that back up. So but it is, you see, like one video, like I had a video a day, I had 2 videos a day that essentially got 100,000 views, which is like insane amount of views. But hopefully things will pick back up. But I am putting out more videos and getting things together. So, and I want to thank everybody who's watched those videos and who comes through. We still waiting. Nate the lawyer. If Trump ends income tax, he can't do that because how are you going to pay everybody? You got to pay people. So he's got income tax is not going anywhere. But this is a hypothetical. Doesn't that mean that it's less money to fund such things as government paid abortions, sex changes for children? If Trump's well, you can't pay. What about, you also got to pay income tax from the government? So they don't really do property taxes. So who's going to pay? I don't know, the FBI, the army. Like, income taxes pay for a lot of stuff. And yeah, income taxes pay for a lot more than just sex change and abortion. So I would say that's why you don't hear politicians say we're going to end income tax. They'll say we'll lower taxes because, yeah, you're going to have to do something. YouTube stopped recommending me your videos. The algorithm sucks. Yeah, that happens. Matter of fact, that's even happened to me with people who I watch every day. And I'm like, they're not servicing my videos. I think the algorithm, even notifications, like I have all notifications on. Sometimes I don't get notifications. For people who, I'll go to the channel, I'm like, oh, they have a new video out. So let me see next door. Thank you for clearing. Oh, no problem, no problem. Let me see. Oh, see, I like this time because we actually have a chance to talk and have a little back and forth. Again, we're waiting for the Mayor Tiffany Henyard. She's purposely late because the court said specifically they should give her a reasonable amount of time to get there. So what the hell's a reasonable amount of time? Well, Tiffany Henyard, is right now we're about 30 minutes in, right? And 18 minutes or 20 minutes in, and it's not reasonable yet. So we'll see. Nate, reasonable time is what, 15 minutes? It may be an hour. Because last time she was two hours late. And the judge was like, you didn't give her a reasonable time. I was like, the meeting started 2 hours ago. What are you talking about? We didn't give her a reasonable time. So I'm not waiting 2 hours, but I think they're going to be waiting for a while. I think they may be waiting for a while. Or they may start without her. And when she comes, they just let her. But they got to give her a reasonable amount of time. Nate, I mod for 2 other channels. If you mind, if you ever need help, been a subscriber over the last year because of this case. And I'm all the way in Boston. Wow. Oh, okay. Thank you, Erica. All right, cool, Erica. Well, I'll think about it. So if you send me an email, because I usually vet my mods. The people who you see modding my channel are people who I've known for a long time, and these people are vetted. They're good people. I can trust them, because sometimes you have, like, I've had mods that go crazy, that are a little too sensitive. All right, so hold on. I'm getting a text message from one of my people in Dalton. And They are giving me the link. Yeah, I have this link. All right, let me make sure. All right, yes. All right, cool. Let me know. Hopefully things will be starting soon. So Nate, randomly found your channel last November with the Henyard craziness. Been tuned in every week. Show your stream last night. MAGA. You gonna have people thinking I'm MAGA. You gonna be thinking like Nate loves Trump. Nate loves Trump. Just for the record, Harris. How do I think about Harris? I hate Harris. I think Harris is an idiot. I do not like Harris at all. I would not vote for Harris. Matter of fact, I wouldn't probably even, if I saw her walk on what's on the street, I might even cross the street. Like, I am not a Harris fan at all. I think she is, it's unbelievable. And that's because there was a case that I was intimately involved in. And hold on, let me pass this. But thank you so much for the $10. I'm glad you're better. Love your content. Thank you so much, Bobby Joe. But again, I hope I'm messing out too many things. Oh, I lost my train of thought because I was about to say something. I lost my train of thought. It'll come back to me. Yes. And I think that's the problem. I think they don't want to admit that Harris was just a bad kid. Now, again, so I didn't even finish with Trump. I am not a Trump fan at all. I think Trump's corrupt, and I think he's an idiot. I do. I don't like Trump at all. But if you force me to vote for Harris or Trump, I'm voting Trump. Does that make sense? You say here's Biden, Trump, Harris, Trump. That's how I feel, because I think at that point in time, I'm picking the person who I think aligns most with my values, and I think Trump just doesn't. Immigration, taxes, like everything Trump aligns with, except for the abortion. So I'm going to vote Trump. That's just the way. But that's the way I'm in for all politics. So all politics. And when I'm here in Texas, because now I'm in Texas, the one thing I do in Texas is that I will.
Michael Smith sitting up there with her. Ain't that some crazy?
Oh, so I would I'm only voting, since I'm in Texas. I'm only voting Republican. So so up and down ticket. If I'm in Texas, I vote all red. The reason why is because I came from a blue city, and I think it would be messed up for me to come here, love it, moved here because of low tax and everything, start voting, turn it to New York. So I'm not doing that. All red, up and down the ticket. So Texas, for me moving here, Texas got another red vote. I'm just up and down red. So, but some people are saying, "Oh, you're just a MAGA Republican." I'm like, no, I'm just I moved to a Republican place. I love the policies. I love the ways. I love what they're doing. Why would I now vote blue and mess that up? So I vote red up and down. When I was in New York, I had no choice. I voted blue up and down the ticket. Now I'm in Texas. I vote red. So I'm going to lose some subscribers because they're like, "Nate, you're supposed to vote." But yeah, no. I'm just here. That's how I feel about it. And just also to be clear too, there are some races where I would vote for the Democrat over the Republican. So it's not like all, but 99% of the time it's all red. Unless somebody just moves me on the Democratic side, I'll say okay. All right, 20 minutes in, Henyard has shown up. What it would minute reasonable time. You guys gonna have me laughing all night now. Here we go. Got the super mayor.
Testing.
Where were you?
All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out this evening. Today, I would like to call to order the regular board meeting. Today is Wednesday, November 6th, 2024, and the time is 6:57 p.m. Please call the roll. Good evening. Can everyone hear me?
You're swallowing your
Okay.
mic, though.
Trustee Norwood. Present. Trustee Stan Brown.
Present.
Trustee Tammy Brown. Present. Trustee House.
Present.
Trustee Holmes. Here. Trustee Belcher.
That's a lawyer.
We have a quorum. All right, if everybody would stand for the pledge. If everyone continue to stand for prayer. If you would, trustee Sam Brown, lead us in prayer.
That audio just.
Come up our hands at this time. He that dwell in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadows of the Almighty. I say unto you all, we are the children of God. Surely he say, he will bless us as we walk the face of earth that he has created for us. Wait in the Lord, be of good courage. He will strengthen your heart. Wait in the Lord. Amen.
Wow. So that was the prayer.
Comment?
The audio is
Y'all sign this sheet for public comment?
now the audio went out. Oh my God. So the audio was good. We were good. I can hear. Now the audio. Let me call him and say.
Nobody
can't
signed
hear
in for public comment?
I'm gonna let
Okay. So you
my
have 3
person
minutes.
who's handling the camera
And
know.
remember, it is public comment.
You know,
All right, so
There it
hello,
is.
everyone. First, I just wanted to thank our about to be Mayor Jason House and the trustees for allowing us to actually have a meeting somewhere where it's safe, it's disability accessible, and it's somewhere where we feel comfortable. Next, I just wanted to
you
just
telling me.
look at the current administration and just ask y'all, why won't you step down? This is an embarrassment to Dalton.
Take
This
the
is an
mic from
embarrassment to Thornton
down your
Township.
throat, though.
This
Move the
is
mic
just an
away.
embarrassment to all of us residents. William Morris here, he's not even on the payroll anymore. This is just like a game to a lot of them, and these are our lives that are in jeopardy. Tiffany, she's not anybody that would represent me as a Black woman, as a single mother. She is a complete joke. She have put so many lives in disparity. Like, there's so many people that are hurt behind her leadership, and she have no care in the world about it. It's just ridiculous that she do the things that she do and don't even care about the lives that are affected behind what she do. I asked a lot of people to vote for her. A lot of people to vote for her. I come to this meeting every month because I'm going to continue to ask her to step down. I feel like myself, I've been bamboozled, I've been hoodwinked, led astray, because when I asked people for her vote, I wasn't myself. I had a tumor. So a lot of people know my story. So I wasn't right in my head, but now that I'm right in my head, I'm definitely asking everybody to make sure that they vote Clean House 2025 to get her out of that seat. I just want to say that I saw her post, and now she's a Trump supporter. The other day at the meeting at Thornton Township, you was talking about Kamala Harris, but now today you post that you Team Trump, and you want to send him a message for what? So you can get out of jail early? That makes like no sense to me on why she would want to be a Trump supporter all of a sudden. Anyway, I know that this is going to be a movie, and I just ask that Beyonce play me if she's watching this, because I know that a lot of people will be watching this, and I just want to make sure that we all know that Clean House 2025, we definitely got to vote this corruption out, Thornton Township and Dalton, because we don't deserve what we're going through. Thank you.
So you said Beyonce's corrupt. What's wrong? Yeah, they calling her out. They calling her out.
Oh, okay. Okay. Greetings in the name of the Father. Look,
Greetings.
I would say I got a litany of things. Can you hear me? I'm gonna start with revenue.
They can't hear it, and they're in the room.
For the next year. When it comes to the warrant list, I really would like for us to be able to sometime pick it up ourselves and see it on one of the agendas when we come to the meeting. I also want to know what's in the TIF fund, if we are messing with anything in that. I also want to get around to the crossing guards, how many are needed, how many do we have, and I do know we don't have enough because I'm out there volunteering with the crossing guards, which never bothered me because teaching and the crossing guards are my first love. The ordinances, when it comes to, one time I think Belcher spoke about it, the ordinances for us to ask certain questions, to be it the mayor, the trustee, or whomever, that they be allotted maybe 1 minute or something like that to answer us, and our time not be interfered with it. I'm only cleaning, I'm clearing the bush homes, because if it's clear in Las Vegas, you know, when it came to the community, you've been knowing me a long, long time, so I still want to hear how it's clear here when it came to that, because we need clear here when something happens somewhere else. We don't want it to keep lingering on here. I also want to know where we are on these payouts for the lawsuits that we are having,
Yeah,
that
they
we
got a
have
lot
here
of
in the Village of
lawsuits.
Dalton, when it comes to where we still stand with the water reclamation. And, you know, true to light, let's that Robert rule, you know, but there ain't no liberty without no rules. So, you know, we got to start kicking hard with these rules. You hear what I'm saying? It's also, I'm gonna try to get through. I still think I got some time, and you know, I'm gonna go straight to
Take your
what
time.
connects us is our humanality. You hear what I'm saying?
Humanality.
And we've had a lot of dissension here in the Village of Dalton. This is an old village agenda. Y'all wanna know how many pages this is? And it also has citizens' address put into it. We simply need to not go back to the old ways and the old days. And as I lovingly had asked this young man, y'all got to put some clothes on Chicago Road. That's called revenue. Either way it go, we got to have so much consistent revenue coming in here. We've got to get better when it comes to our police department. We can't keep having officers not wanting to come and work in our community. We can no longer turn away from officers that are doing things that they shouldn't do in the community. And for God's sake, when it comes to outsiders, do y'all have to help me get some kind of ordinance to keep outsiders out of here? Because when I say between 2021 and now, I ain't saying we dodged no tsunami, but you know what? We don't need no more water disasters hitting this community. And now that I mentioned water disasters, who checked our hydrants?
All right,
Who's
that's your
responsible
3
for
minutes.
checking our house? Pardon me?
That's your 3 minutes.
That's my 3 minutes.
Damn.
Boy,
Thank you.
y'all better be glad I love y'all.
Good evening, Mayor, trustees, Madam Clerk, and the residents of Dalton. I am a vendor here in Dalton.
That
I'm
means she's
a
not getting paid.
resident. I was previously cleaning the police department. I'm here because we are owed 4 months of pay.
Yeah,
Even
I
when
tell
we
you.
wasn't getting paid, we still showed up each and every day to do our job. We have shown our integrity and have taken pride in what we do on a daily. We just want what is due to us. We have worked as a vendor. We give our time, our work ethic, and everything, but we can't work for free. I have watched previous board meetings, Mayor, where you have stated that the vendors shouldn't be working for free, that they should get paid, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to get what is due to us. Thank you.
She wants some money. Pay me what you owe me.
Good evening. I would like to start off by saying thank you to trustees Jason House, Kiana Belcher, Tammy Brown, Brittany Norwood, and Clerk Key for doing a great job and also being so welcoming to me and my husband here in Dalton. We live with the same criminal in two governments, which are the Village of Dalton and Thornton Township.
Tell me how you really feel, huh?
The purpose of my comment tonight is to debunk the false allegations
Okay.
that the majority of us are haters, hecklers, and lawbreakers. But in fact, those of us that stand before you just want to rebuild a better community for everyone. It's not our fault that Tiffany Henyard has become the most infamous mayor in America due to her inability to listen to reason.
That's true. Amen to that.
Stan Brown, will you continue to be a rubber stamp for Tiffany? Or will you commit to serving the residents of this community the way you vowed to do when you took that seat? Andrew Holmes, why haven't you made a statement about the alleged rape of Fanil Dukes? I will never allow this question to fade away. William Moore, you like to quote scriptures. You should know that the Bible tells us to eat the whole scroll. Just don't take out bits and pieces to fit your narrative.
She's speaking truth.
You
Speaking
must
truth.
acknowledge the good and the bad concerning your boss and both administrations. You do not appear as a godly man when you lock residents out of the people's house. Does this administration believe that intimidation is more effective than reason? If so, why do you allow DeMarcus Quigley, Michael Smith, and Keith Price the opportunity to heckle us? If you want the people's cooperation, then transparency is the key. Why are businesses allowed to flourish without having to pay to play? We the people have the right to be frustrated when we never get answers to our questions. And let me make this clear. We have never resorted to violence, although Tiffany and her goons have threatened us on several occasions. I want this administration to know that the residents would not be silenced through intimidation, false accusations, or fictitious lawsuits. We will continue to speak out against wrongdoing until those are blind see.
Your 3 minutes are up. Thank you.
That was good. That was good. She was on it. she gave it a 5. Give her 5 minutes. Oh, this guy, he's eating the mic again.
Before our mayor came into our meeting on time at 6.
He still has the golden mic?
Time.
That's true.
Disrespect to us. Disrespect. Everybody in here has something to do, including her. Evidently, though,
Oh, man.
whatever.
Tom, thank you so much for the $9, Tom. I appreciate it.
With a little entourage and whatnot. Some of which work here, some of which don't. And
Yeah, he's getting so close to the mic. Oh.
There's not a damn thing on top of that agenda that says anything about a disrespectful, doodling, big dictator that won't even look her constituents in the eye unless they're kissing her ring. It is really pathetic. While I'm on that, I'd also like to point out the fact that I did see our illustrious mayor and
Switch. See if I get better audio.
big dictator that won't even look her constituents in the eye unless they're kissing her ring. It is really pathetic. While I'm on that, I'd also like to point out the fact that I did see our illustrious mayor and I won't call them employees because they're accused to organization with lockers.
Yeah, his audio.
This has continued far too long.
I don't
This is why
know what the
we're
hell
here.
this guy's
If we're
saying.
not for the Park District, we may have to meet on the street corner somewhere. It's really disgusting the way this has proceeded over the months. There's no reason our own trustees and our own citizens do not have access to our own.
Why is so?
At the moment,
For the police chief.
disrespectful would be dictated. And some appointments I understand are trying to be made today. There's some
Thanks, Vicky.
information that I posted online about each one of them.
We get a new police chief today.
Okay, let's start with
He's reading. It's like, can he not hear that? He may not be able to hear his sound.
according to IAU.
Everybody else sounded fine. I think it's just his voice. He pulled the microphone away a little bit. It sounded good.
2019, he was charged with 10 10 felony offenses, 6 counts of aggravated
It's
battery,
3 minutes. Dude, your time is up.
misconduct, and 1 count of false reporting stemming from an October 29 incident that occurred while serving on the Dixon Police Force. He goes on.
Thanks for your time.
One count.
Here it is. Oh, he put the mic back. He moved it away to put it right.
Official misconduct. Following a jury trial, he was found guilty on 2 counts. My mistake. 2 counts of aggravated battery and 1 count of official misconduct, and was sentenced to 2 years probation. His probation was just finished in July, and this is what we can find for a police chief.
All right, your time is up. You had 3 minutes.
Well, I wouldn't have more time if you had more time.
Thank you so much.
I'm clapping that his speech is over. Because I can't hear anything he was saying. He's like, I told her. He didn't hear you.
All right, I'm keeping my own time because I don't need William Moore to take time for me. So, first I'd like to thank you two for looking at the residents
Yeah,
while
it does.
we speak. Thank you for that. Next, I would like to ask, why are you sitting at that dais?
What?
Too many people up there. You shouldn't be up there.
Who's you talking to?
Can anyone answer? I mean, I know you are friends, guests, but you shouldn't be sitting up there.
Who?
You don't represent this village. So, and Mr. Volunteer, you came in here to start trouble. I saw you when you turned your camera on to start recording people. That's a no, buddy. Up in this house, you don't do that. Now, what I really would like to know is, I'm a senior citizen and I'm disabled, so I am looking for permanent housing, Mayor Henyard. You said that there's what, how many million in the township? But when I called asking for assistance, trying to locate housing, they said there was no money. Can you tell me where the money is and the help for me?
$9 million,
To
right?
have my own living space? I don't play bingo. I don't need bingo. I need a place to live. I need a residence, a permanent residence. I know I'm not going to get an answer, but I would appreciate some information instead of lies about how much money the township has, and they're in the black.
Calling her out.
Again, don't keep my time, buddy.
Well, this disabled senior citizen now, Seth, you know. It'll be tough to get a job here, disabled senior citizen, you know.
Good evening, everyone.
Thank you so much.
I didn't know that that seat was reserved for you, Mr. Moore, because I don't know what qualifies you to be in that seat as reserved. So had I known that, I would have sat there politely in your place.
Who's
I want
Mr.
to
Moore?
start with something, Tiffany. I hate that I'm going to be all over the place in this comment, but it's been a while. I mean, you've done so much and the meetings were canceled. It's just been very difficult to really address you. But the event that you had, I think it was the back to school, whatever it was, with Kiki, when you were giving away free things, and you literally pointed out people that you didn't like that were in your line that you were helping, and that was disgusting. Have some integrity, have some dignity. You're a public official, and you're ridiculing and chastising people for getting the help that you always are advertising. So when they take advantage of it, that's your opportunity to chastise them, to out them, to act like, you know, you're bigger than everyone. That was disgusting, and you shouldn't do that. Also, one thing I love about this setup, and shout out to the trustees for making sure that the meeting was in a place that can accommodate everyone that wants to attend. But
Thank you to the judge.
what I really love is how you guys are sitting arm in arm. It's not I'm up here, you're down here, like how you like to try to present it, Tiffany, to feed your ego or whatever. This is how it should be. You can't do anything without them. But on the flip side, they actually can do something without you. But even still, you should be sitting arm to arm. There is no you're up there, they're down here. So I actually like this setup for that reason, and I'm glad they're back, to how it should be,
Yeah.
how the meeting should be conducted. Secondly, I really want to know, Tiffany, if you know what hypocritical means or
That's
being
true.
contradictory, because you do it so second naturedly. I'm wondering if you even know what the term is, because like, you watch these meetings, you go back and watch these meetings and see
No,
your
she doesn't.
behavior, see your comments, see how you rally for certain things that you deny other people the opportunity to do. I'm just curious if that ever even dawns on you, if you even care, or if you're that removed from reality that you don't need to reconcile that within yourself. But you're a ball of contradictions, literally like a snowball. You just pick up, you're just constantly contradicting yourself. You're the biggest hypocrite I've ever seen in my life. Just like someone said, 1 minute you're Team Kamala, and then the next it's Team Trump. I want to sit down with you. Do you think for a minute, Tiffany, he's going to honor that? Do you think he probably does know you, unfortunately, but do you think he would invite you to anything? Anyone. You're on your way out. I don't know if you know that, but you're actually on your way out in more ways than one.
All right, your 3 minutes is up.
Thank you. I appreciate the time. Thank you.
She was glad to get that 3 minutes up.
Greetings. Good evening,
This is Ed
residents.
Steve.
Former future trustee Edward Steve. Greetings to the residents, greetings to the board, mayor, the attorneys. Thank y'all for coming out. I'm thankful that this meeting is here. For 2 years, 3 years, she said everything was illegal. Now she's forced to come here to do the right thing. The judge forced her to come here to do the right thing. And she's been saying that secret squirrel meeting for how long? And people were believing it. Everything they did here was legal. So she was saying it's a secret squirrel meeting. Now she has to come to the secret squirrel meeting.
That's true. She's
not humbling. It's time to do the right thing. It's unfortunate the attorneys who, I don't know if y'all been paying attention to what's going on. You're like the third one in.
Yeah, she wants to pardon.
I don't know, you think something's gonna be different. She's the same person. She runs through people all the time. And it's not going to change just because you're there. It's not going to change. And now they want to appoint the people they want to appoint. Did we hear any plan about safety with the new police chief? We hear anything about guns, violence? No, it's about protecting her. It ain't about protecting the village, period. The attorneys ain't about protecting the village. It's about protecting her. So it's time, residents, we have to change this reality. And we only 3 months away. 3 months away to February, and we know what to do. We know what to do. It's in our hands. We can change this. We're tired of this. These meetings run so smooth when she's not here. They get things done when this administration not here. They keep up chaos, and it's time to change that. So, Clean House 2025. It's good to see everybody. Peace.
Peace. He's running for trust to replace, I think, I forgot his name.
All right,
One of the
good
trustees.
evening. So I moved to Dalton in December of 2020. And
Andrew
since I
Holmes.
moved here, I've been doing my best to stay engaged and informed. I just would love to start by saying I don't envy any of your positions. I know your roles come with a great deal of responsibility, and I commend you all for continuing to show up, because at the end of the day, we're all still human, right? And I hope that I can be honest and just say, as a resident, I feel like a casualty. I have a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings about what I watched transpired in the last 3 to 4 years. However, I understand that there's not a lot of time to have a discourse about how I feel about things, because there's so much work that needs to be done. We now have a new president-elect, and I think that there is no better time than now to organize and strengthen our community, starting with bringing the politics back to the people. There's a lot of decisions that's being made on the behalf of Dalton residents, yet there are no town halls. The committee meetings have stopped. We need to prioritize data-driven decision-making. It is important for us, and it is time to
that makes sense.
prioritize our strengths, learning about our strengths in a strategic way, assessing our needs, and lobbying for them. The conversation about the Black middle-class agenda starts here in local government. Next, the important work that needs to be done is with our finances. I sat here and I digested a 45-slide presentation talking about the deficit. It is hard. That was hard. I am a young homeowner. I am a mother. I am a primary parent. And I digress, because that's my feelings again. So let me get back to the facts. It is time for a strategic plan be delivered to the residents about finances.
Yep.
Let that be 90 slides long at this point. So residents like myself can be prepared, so we can know if property taxes are going to increase, so we can know if fines are going to be coming down the pipeline at the very least, so we can be prepared. We are at a special time right now. I had a really emotional day, but I feel like we are at a special time to be refocused, to be re-energized, to make sure that we are armed with skills and equipped with tools in a position to advocate as a unified community. That takes data, that takes talking, sometimes that even take kicking it, right? But we do need a plan to make data-driven decisions. Thank you all so much.
That was good. We had a lot of people wanting to speak to that.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
So no.
Well, I had to take my shirt out of retirement so I can remind the mayor that you are going to jail and the rest of the crew. Y'all are definitely going to jail. Why are we here? Why are we at the Park District? Because you constantly violated the Open Meetings Act. And I just want to thank the trustees for listening to the cries of the citizens. And I want to thank residents like Dan Lee, Rosie, and if I miss any other people that wrote letters to the AG office, I appreciate you all because you guys really put a light on this situation. All the residents have ever wanted from this mayor, we want to know where our money is at. We tired of you hiring people that's not qualified and paying them large amounts of money. This is why these people, this man sitting right here, they so loyal because they're getting paid. He will never find a job like this again. This man ain't never made this type of money before in his life. And the reason that she pays these people the way she pays them to keep the loyalty.
Calling them
I
out.
just have a problem. And with the attorneys, are you guys going to allow her to hide the money from the residents? Y'all going to go with the Delgado was doing? Y'all going to do the same thing? They set up there too, like you're sitting up there, and they let her do a lot of stuff that shouldn't have been done. So that's why we're here. When is Andrew Holmes going to stand up? He had a rape charge over him, and he never said, I didn't do that. Anybody that honestly didn't do something like that, they would be saying, oh no, I didn't do that. And then when Vegas came back, he still didn't say nothing. Don't think you got away, man. You ain't got away. You have not gotten away. They still on you. And Tiffany, you can write all you want. You can write, I'm not going to jail. I don't know what you're writing over there. But you're so into that paper, and you don't even have enough sense to look at the people that put you in, some of the people, because I sure didn't put you in office. I didn't vote for you. You or Burge, when y'all was against each other, because I knew both of y'all was garbage. So I didn't come out. Me and my husband didn't even come out, because I already knew. But you don't even have a sense to even look in our face. But you rather just steal our money and do what you want to do. It's a shame. The lawyers is looking at us, but you the mayor, and then you want to come up here. Well, I am the mayor. Yeah, we know, but you're not conducting yourself as a mayor.
All right, your 3 minutes
You're
up.
not
Thank you.
conducting yourself.
Your 3
and
minutes
you
up.
are going to
Your
jail.
3 minutes is up. Thank you so much. Is there anybody else? Is there anyone else?
You gonna be with
Your 3 minutes up.
Y'all going to jail. Does he got a picture of him?
All right, go ahead. You have the floor.
All right, this is Tiffany Plant. Let's see. Who's this? Come on.
I want to start by saying there's nobody like the God I serve. And I only want to say that because he only allowed me to come as far as this podium. That's the only person I fear and thing I fear besides going to jail. So I'm not going to go past this podium like he told me.
Okay.
But I only come up to here to say because Las Vegas said what they said, because a lot of places say what they say when they say things like this. So I'm going to ask you myself.
Why would you do that?
What?
And if I'm lying, all these people right here, all the cameras, her, all these people, tell them I'm lying then.
Oh,
Is that
that's
why you never said anything? Is that why you disappeared as soon as this came
Oh,
out?
that's the woman that accused him.
Scared of you?
Oh,
Fucking no.
that's the victim.
So tell me I'm lying, or tell them why.
Oh wow. She's standing up there for 3 minutes.
All right.
Wow. And Vegas said it was done, but she's still saying, tell them it didn't happen. Wow. She called him out. Yeah, that's this. Yeah, this got real. This is how you confront. She confronted him. They said no. Ooh.
Trustee, hold on. Let her finish. So don't go back and forth. Hold on. We have a board
Continue.
meeting.
Don't say nothing.
Trustee, you have this opportunity to speak, but this is not fair. Don't go back and forth. You can say something when you're done. All right, you got 30 more seconds. Wait, get real. Let's go back and forth. I'm gonna give you the floor.
Don't let her mute you.
Let her finish.
Don't let her mute you. Say something. She deserves it. She's a victim.
See her Tiffany? He's like, it's all for clicks and views. Don't say nothing. Wow. I'll give a recap in a second.
All right, your time is up. Thank you so much. All right, thank you.
All right, just so everybody understands. When they went to Vegas, that young lady who's just at the podium said that Andrew Holmes, the gentleman sitting here on the screen, I don't know if you can see my little thing, but I'm moving it. I'll move it up here and then move it down. This guy right here. He supposedly, well, she claims, I got to say, I use the words allegedly because they're not pressing charges. So allegedly, he called one of the cops who were on detail there when they went to Las Vegas. He FaceTimed her in bed sleeping and said that he had just had some fun. She said that she had a drink and passed out. And that's what happened to her. So Vegas investigated, because that's where the crime happened, and then cleared him. He sued in civil court there where they're at now. So Vegas didn't clear him. Vegas said they're just not investigating anymore. So now she's come to the meeting to confront him and say, tell everybody you didn't do it. So this is what's going on now. And Henyard is saying, don't say anything.
Thank you. All right, guys, you're not gonna get a statement.
It's possible
if you are out of order. Simple as that. So, okay, it's over with. Y'all can have a seat. Let me finish my meeting. Drew will have the opportunity to speak, but it is not right now. So thank you. Thank you. Next on the agenda is. Oh, you got no person? Oh, I didn't know. I thought she was the last one. Go ahead. You have 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
I was standing with the victim since nobody else wanted to. Since you can't say nothing to her. I don't know why you let her silence you. You look stupid for letting her silence you. Say something. It's been months. And Miss Supervisor, Miss Super Mayor, why you say you like transparency and you're a black woman, you want to hold black women up. But look at all these black women that need to be held up. Somebody needing housing, Benita Dukes, everybody else. Alexis Wilson? Come on. And why'd you you went to court the other day, didn't you, Mrs. Supermayor? And didn't you perjure yourself and tell the court, the judge, that you didn't live at the address that you live at? Why did you change the locks in the garage door opening if you don't live there? Where do you live, Miss Supermayor? Do you live in Dalton? Are you even capable of being here? This is a community that needs to be lifted up, and all you do is beat them down. Jedediah sent me here tonight. I drove an hour to be here so I could say this to you. I've been watching you for months, and you're a clown. You are a clown. This community doesn't need to be beat down every time you turn around. You went and you complained because somebody took down them ugly ass banners. Them banners are stupid. Stupid. When I drive through Dalton, what do I see? A disgrace, a displacement. It doesn't need to be this way. You need to put the money that you stole, allegedly, into the pockets of the people that live here. You owe the landlord $8,000, don't you? Right. I mean, you're stealing all the money. I mean, you make all the money, allegedly. And she's stealing it all, too. I drove an hour to be here. You could at least look at me. I'm tired of looking at the wig. I tell you what. It's broke down. It needs a break. Give it a rest. Try a new hairdo. And you really need to say something to. I'm a victim. I've been raped. I've been beaten, everything else. Oof. I can sympathize. You advocate.
Let me make sure to tell you what happened to Lacey. Lacey was indicted and lost his police certification. Yeah, when you're indicted on felony charges, you can't be a police officer. So that's what happened to Lacey. So that's why they're looking for a new police chief.
Everybody else, you're standing there. I see you on TV, sleeping outside, but you can't say anything to her. You let the supervisor silence you? Are you a man? Come on now. You can't advocate for one and then say you advocate for all, but you can't advocate for her, the person you put your hands on. You took advantage of her while she was sleeping. That's low of the low. I don't even know why I'm talking to you.
Just call it the word.
Say something. Don't let her fucking silence you. That's stupid. That's all I got to say.
It's hot today. Damn. I expect all this.
I'm sorry.
Was that it? Yeah, that mic was hot, on fire.
You ain't got to admit it. You just say sorry. That's enough. And mean it.
All right, anyone else? Is that it? You got some? Okay.
What's the lawyer? She talking to the lawyer. That's the lawyer next to the lawyer who lost the last case. Lost it pretty badly, too.
Is that it? All right, we're moving on. Next on the agenda is general announcement.
Okay.
Do any trustees have any general announcements? All right, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. Good evening. Just want to make a couple of announcements. Senior Thanksgiving luncheon is here, November the 14th.
That's true.
Right here at the Lester Long Fieldhouse. It's from 11:30 a.m. until 1:30
This year,
p.m.
in 2 months. 2 months.
Residence cost is $5. Non-residence cost is $6.25.
Now her mic is going out.
Gratitude and community. Let's get community and give. The Lester Long Fieldhouse, again, November the 14th, 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Also, the Senior Christmas Luncheon. Join us as we celebrate this holiday season where lots of laughter and joy fill the air. That's December the 12th, 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Again, that cost is $5 for residents, and non-residents is $6
It's better today, though.
and 25 cents. Also, we're going to have tea with the trustees this coming Saturday, and that is November the 9th at 9:30 a.m. Please come out. This is the time for residents to tell us, the trustees, what you want to see, things that you have in your communities that you're not able to get up tonight and get an answer for. So please come out Saturday, tea with the trustees, 9:30 a.m. right here in this room here, the Lester Long Fieldhouse. We want to see, I always say every time that I talk about this each month, come out as you do tonight, come out Saturday and get some good information this Saturday. Again, thank you, and thank you for coming out.
All right. Is there anyone
A
else?
little bit so we can
Yes.
catch up.
All right.
Good evening, everyone. November 23rd, Spence Cook Grand Lodge and Serenity Grand Chapter number 21, the Commander Consensory will have a turkey giveaway that's at 14141 Martin Luther King Drive. The time is from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. It is for Dalton and Riverdale residents. We give away turkeys every year. This is November 23rd at Spence Cook Grand Lodge. They'll be giving away turkeys, and the time starts at 1 p.m. And this is for Dalton and Riverdale citizens.
All right. Anyone else?
It's
Yes.
Teflon Dodd
Mhm.
said we could
Good evening,
get that
everyone.
Amazon, use that Amazon
Happy
money.
Wednesday. I would like to thank Dalton Park District, Dalton Library, and Thorn Ridge High School for their collaborative efforts regarding the Halloween party that they hosted last week. Not only was it a great time because I love going back to the high school that I graduated from, right? So it was fun walking through the halls and not having to report to class. So I like that part. And just seeing the children have a great time. It's nice to see the community bond, and it's nice to know that they can collaborate and the youth can benefit from it. So I thank them for those efforts. I also like to invite everyone to the Sleigh Rides and Good Vibes Family Holiday Party. It's Saturday, December 21st from 12 noon to 3 p.m. It's right here at the Lester Long Fieldhouse, 14700 Everett Street, Dalton, Illinois, and toys will be provided. So if you all would like to have more information, you all can contact Dalton Park at 708-841-2111. I'm excited about everyone being able to come inside the meeting this time, and I thank the mayor for joining our secret scrub meeting also.
All right. Anyone else?
Yes, can I
Shade.
be recognized?
Throwing some
Yeah,
shade.
I want to first give a thank you, as we always do, to Dalton Park District, the Board of Commissioners, for their partnership in allowing the use of this space for this venue. I do see President Commissioner Willis Harris and President Cleo Jones. So I just ask everybody to give them a quick round of applause. Without our partnerships, things become a lot more challenging. So we really do want to extend a thank you for all the hard work and efforts you've done. A couple of projects that we've mentioned at previous board meetings that I just want to kind of update residents on. One being that we mentioned the need for changing bank accounts from Fifth Third Bank to Wintrust Bank. The new account has been opened. We are within 1 week of transferring the funds, so that way the funds can begin or checks or bills can.
So just so you understand, they had a bank account at another bank. The super mayor goes and calls them and says they're trying to do fraud. They call us and they're not doing fraud. The bank is like, listen, you people are just insane and crazy. Take your money and take your business somewhere else. So they had to find a new bank account. When the bank doesn't want your money, you know you got some issues.
Can begin to be paid with the intention of having it on a regular schedule, but we know there are some challenges that we still face. Second, the audit that we had not completed previously. We do have a firm that is in the process of doing the audit. On the agenda tonight is our audit engagement letter that will be voted on, and that process will continue as well. Lastly, but definitely not least, I heard one individual come up here talking, referencing their bills. And right now we are working towards a budget. We mentioned that the board has received the draft budget, and there are a lot of challenges with that budget. That being said, it is a task that we still must face. So we are continuing to work on a way that we can get our budget that will allow for back bills to be paid as well. We will honor all vendors that are paid, but I have to say it is going to be a challenging process. For those who are owed money, I am asking that you email first to the village administrator, Keith Freeman, that's K Freeman, Freeman, at vodalton.org, with a copy to myself, jhouse@vodalton.org. And we will make sure that we continue to provide updated statuses of where the bills are to be paid. And as time allows, we will be making payments as our budget is processed and we have a better footing on where we're going. So those are the 3 points that we mentioned at each board meeting. I wanted to make sure I reference that as well to keep the community informed. Thank you, Mayor.
All right. Anyone else? All right. So next on the agenda, we're gonna bring mayor's report up. So there's several things I want to talk to you about this evening. One being, I know the meeting had started over and it came here to the Park District. Unfortunately, everybody created so much confusion, so much chaos, that it was no need to move a meeting to this location. It's not even 22 people in here. So I don't agree with us going to someone else's house to conduct our business. Everywhere else, they have their location and it's in their house. So that's number one. Number two, you have to give respect in order to get it. A lot of you come to this mic talking about nothing. And when I say nothing, you're talking about Tiffany Henyard. So that means that you really are fans of mine, and I appreciate that, because normally you will come up here and you'll talk about the business as relates to our village. But not one of you talk about any business that it relates to our village, whether it's fix your street, fix your alley, maybe your street lights out, whatever the issues are, but you don't speak to that. You speak of me, the person, Tiffany Henyard. So thank you for being a fan of mine. Third, it's a ton of things that we have going on. I have told you guys several times, we've always had resources at Thornton Township. I know I get a lot of hate because I have 2 big positions. Thank God, God always have favor on me, and he have blessed me with being the first female youngest supervisor of the largest township in the state of Illinois. That's why I get all that, because I do have the biggest position. And also, I am the mayor of my city here, my village. So we have a surplus in our township. So if anybody need any help, because y'all mixed the two up, y'all come here, talk about township, and vice versa. Over at the township, you can go to the GA department. That's general assistance. And yes, you have to qualify for certain services. So when you get up there, you saying that we didn't approve you, you don't have this or don't have that. Maybe you did not qualify for that service. So GA department help you with your light, your gas, your water, your mortgage, your rent, and also we help you bury your loved ones. Things that wasn't done before I got there, right? So these things that I created. We also have a transportation department. So if anybody is in need of a ride to or from the polls, or if you need a ride to or from the grocery store, the doctor, we will take you and we will pick you up. We also have senior services. Senior services does a lot of community engagement, which I love. Everybody knows that. So I do a ton of events, because when I do events, y'all call it parties. When somebody else do events, y'all say, oh, look at them doing community engagement. That's what I do as your super mayor. So if you are interested, you can sign up. Call 708-596-6040. Again, that number is 708-596-6040. After school program, because y'all know I love the kids. Don't care what nobody say. I love the kids. If you need help with your kids, and it's almost like a free daycare. I hate to say that, but that's what kind of what it's like. And you work a 9 to 5, you get off at 5 o'clock. You guys can sign up for our aftercare, well, I won't call it aftercare, after school program. And basically, we will pick your kid up from school. We will take them to our location, which is in Riverdale. We will help them with their homework. We do penmanship, which they out of the schools. And we also do bilingual. I'm real big on learning a different language. So all these type of things we have at our township location. So if you're interested, all you have to do, again, call 708-596-6040. And you can sign your kid up. But please come and get them. Some of y'all leave them there after 7 o'clock. We close at 7. Come pick your babies up. So that's it for programming. Next. Vendors. A lot of y'all come to the podium and y'all talk about things that you got no concrete evidence of. When you spoke about you're not getting paid and y'all address the mayor's the one that's always trying to pay everyone. I am not the one holding up paying you as a vendor. I'm not the one that did not put you on the warrant list / bills list. But guess what the board of trustees have done? They put all of themselves on the bills list to get paid for back pay for conferences. They put it on there to help their friends get paid. It's all on the warrant list. But if you want a copy of it, I keep telling you, for you, Freedom of Information Act, and you will know what I know. So when I speak up here, sometimes people have to listen. All the hate blocks the listening ear. You have to listen to both sides and then understand what is being said and what is going on. When you get one-sided narratives, then you go down a false narrative and you don't understand what is going on. But I have always fought for vendors. I've always fought for people to get paid, be paid, because you do a service here in our village, especially the people that clean up the police station, the village hall. I want you to get your money. I think the board of trustees should pay you. They are the one that created the warrant list, bills list, put it together, and they sent it to us. They have been doing that for several meetings now, and they haven't added you. Come on now. It ain't the mayor. So I just want to point that out because I think everything should be on there. Something else you residents don't know. Do you know that we are in dire restraints over at the village hall? The VA, y'all have a whole VA, village administrator, let them tell it. That it's never at work, that does not do their job. Do you not know that they did not have paper today? Clerk knows that, Clerk Key knows that. I came and asked for copies of challenges. She didn't have no ink. She didn't have a lot of stuff, but people want to get up here and lie, but that's cool. They keep lying to y'all. You can ask the department heads. They have a lot of things that they're missing in our village as it relates to simple things like supplies, doing day-to-day operation, invoice, papers, all kinds of stuff. But these are things that you don't hear about because they don't want you to know about it. But if you ask the questions and find out the truth behind everything that's going on, instead of just, oh, they said this, that don't make it right, that don't make it true. It can't be that they tell the truth and I'm not. Come on now. You got to give me the benefit of the doubt like you would do anyone else. So I want to point that out.
The benefit of the doubt.
Next on here that I wrote, I want everyone to know. Yes, Trump is our president. You have to accept it. You have to deal with it. You have to live with it. People can be mad, be in their feelings, but guess what? You cannot do. Take away his presidency. He is the next president of the United States of America, 47th president. And our job as real leaders, this is what real leaders do. We reach across the aisle. We say, hey, congratulations, you won. We did. Unfortunately, Democrats didn't do their job. We have a committeeman, which never is anywhere, no podium, never there, and they was at the polls doing nothing. And I said this in my live videos. When people want to rehearse and say what I say, get the facts right. It was no signage outside. It was no literature, no 110s to be passed out to you as a palm card. No one guided or directed the people. That's what they don't tell you or show you. But watch my live. Y'all say y'all follow everything I do. You will see with your own 2 eyes that it wasn't there. As it relates to trustees or other people that could have been outside doing what they do, they weren't helping. They was trying to help themselves to pass you a piece of literature with their faces on it, but not give you something to help guide you in this very, very important historical election that just passed. So yes, Trump did win, and congratulations again. This is me saying it publicly to our new president of the United States. Now we have to work together, because guess what? What color makes blue? Red. So we have to collide with the colors and make it work out for the best of our ability. So I want to point that out. Next, what else I got here?
Screaming.
All the energy that you guys place into me, I wish you would pour that into yourselves. And that means your lives, the love for your family members. If you pour that same energy into yourself, you will be so much further in life. But yet y'all come here, I don't understand. It must mean you got number time on your hand, and you come here and waste time to talk about negativity. I don't push that. I don't produce that. I care about people. I push love. I focus on leading with love, and you should too.
Some people asking with the speed up. This is her regular talking speed. This is not sped up. It was sped up before, but not now.
Thankful that a lot of you guys are our elders, are the people we're supposed to look up to, are the people that's supposed to guide us, but yet you're not guiding us. We don't look up to you because you're so negative and you're so filled with hate. We must stop that, guys, because guess what? Our youth is watching. I took a ton of youth to the polls yesterday.
Youth.
A ton of them. But what did you guys do? But push hate. So all I'm saying to you guys is look in the mirror, focus on yourself, focus on your life, focus on your kids, your husband, your wife, because the energy you're giving me, you can give that to them, and maybe your life will be a little more better, a little more smoother if you just do the same thing you're doing to a person you don't know, but you're a big fan of. So I want to push that and point that out. Next, and the last thing that I have before my vetoes is that for our giveaways, we have a turkey and ham giveaway, which we do every single year. It's off the chain. I invite the media to come out as always. Y'all come here to the mess, to the little hate meetings. I want y'all to come to the real meetings to see the love that people really have for the super mayor. It's the same day because they follow what I do, so it's the 23rd. And we will be giving away free turkeys and hams to everyone in all of my communities. That's 17, that is, time over. So please come out. Come get some great footage, talk to some people that actually got a different perspective than what you see here with a handful of people. Because guess what? Just like Trump, I'm going to come in on a landslide on both seats. Know that. Remember this moment when I landslide and come in for the victory like I always do. Next, the toy giveaway. Toy giveaway. We also are registering people for the.
She said she's going to come in like Trump. She's landslide. Yeah. She's so delusional, but she's keeping a pretty good face on it.
Toy giveaway. That's another item you must qualify for. So, and again, you come up and you say the opposite. You must qualify. Please call us at 708-596-6042. Sign up for the toy giveaway. You can also go to Thornton Township, 333 East 162nd Street in South Holland. You can go there tomorrow all the way to Saturday. Tomorrow is from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. in the lower level. And then on Saturday, you can go from 11 until 2 p.m. So if you're interested and you don't have money to get them toys, and it's not the Dollar Tree toys when you tour the arm and it burnt. Nah, it's none of that. So show up, come get some good items that we have for you, and sign up for the services if you truly need it, seriously. But for real, look in the mirror, guys. Stop judging people because only God can judge. And remember, landslide. Remember, victory is mine, said the Lord. Watch what I do. All right, that's it for me for my comments. Oh, I did have two more things. A couple things. One of the trustees stated about bank accounts, which was Trustee House. I don't think you guys should be messing with bank accounts. I know nothing about that as it relates to you guys switching the account over. And you guys should ask questions before you do that.
She lie like this. She knows all about the bank account.
Because I don't think you guys should be on a bank account or dealing with anything as it relates to money. That's number one. Number two, the budget. I don't understand why we don't have a budget, just like I say any other time. We know that we're supposed to pass a budget come April, May of the beginning of this year. and still it is now.
Now, this is something interesting. There's no budget in Dalton and there's no budget in Thornton Township on both sides. Neither side has passed the budget. Now, the reason why is because the super mayor, when the trustees say we don't approve you spending money on a light, for instance, Henyard would still buy the light, but she'd use a credit card and they pay the credit card. So now they've asked Tiffany, well, how much do you need for certain things? And she hasn't given it to them. She just is like, well, just use the budget from last year. And they're like, we can't do that because you've blown up that budget. So we need some better figures. So in both places, they don't have budgets, and she won't do what's necessary so they can prepare a budget. So right, and so now she gets to come here and say, hey, it's the trustees' fault in Dalton, we don't have a budget. And then she goes to Thornton Township and says, it's the trustees' fault. But in both scenarios, the one common denominator is Henyard.
November, going into December, going into the new budget cycle. We should have already passed the budget. It shouldn't be we still working on it. It don't take that long to sit and work on the budget. You sit down, you agree to disagree, and you come up with a balanced budget or whatever you want to take out or put in. You do that and you present it and you move forward. But I pray without a budget, I am not for. So I think you guys should really, really work on that and say what you do want or don't want and move forward so we can go into the next budget cycle, which we are about to do. It's a lot of things I do have to say, and I am going to hold a town hall meeting. And when I have the town hall meeting, all is welcome. You know, press, I will call you out, and you will hear facts versus fiction as it relates to evidence that I do have to show residents, because everybody, they try to use my words, but I ain't got it. They've been bamboozled, hoodwinked, and led astray. You will see the truth for what it is, because I'm going to put it on paper, and I'm going to show you what it is at that town hall meeting. So stay tuned for that. That is coming up, and I will announce that probably next week as relates to the town hall meeting. Next on the agenda is, my vetoes. Oh, can't forget my vetoes.
So what is she vetoing?
All the vetoes, I am vetoing the things from the last agenda. The new village attorney will give the clerk a copy of the vetoes that we are vetoing. It's several different items, including things that they try to pay for themselves. Like I said, they got conferences on there, and each and every month, they literally put one of them on there. First, it was the clerk, then it was Kiana, then it was Tammy, then it was Brittany. Each one of them, every time, but they say we broke. Why they ain't fix the potholes? Why they not paying for concrete? Why they ain't paying for certain vendors? This is what you should be really asking yourself, but y'all ain't asking the right questions. But yet, you see, y'all drive past the little spot to get here about the school. That same gravel is still there. When we have water main breaks, they can't even buy supplies. They don't even have clamps to clamp the water main break. This is how bad it is, but they're not telling you because they're not paying the bills. They have to pay the bills, but they're paying themselves. They're paying their friends.
Well, it's a little tough paying the bills when you had a $4 or $5 million deficit. So it's, Tiffany saying you could just pay everybody, but if there's no money to pay people, like you got to be kind of keep it real, Tiff.
They're paying the contractors. They got the lawyer on there this evening. The lawyer making what? What is it? McGrath, what? $139,000. But they say we don't have money. If we don't have money, you're making a way for your lawyer. You're making a way for your friends. You're making a way for contractors that didn't do village work. So make that make sense. Someone point that out. Next on the agenda.
What she's doing.
You're gonna make sure you get her the veto, right? Okay. Next on the agenda, is there a motion for the village report? Well, you wanna say your report? You got a report? You wanna say your report? You got a report or not? That's what I'm saying. Do you have?
I just asked for the copy of the video. You just said you don't.
Yeah. You'll give. That's fine.
You just said I'm gonna give the clerk the video.
No, I didn't. I said I'm gonna. Okay. Clerk, for the record, so she can put in the record. The attorney's gonna give the clerk my details, so she will have that. So stay tuned.
Good evening. I'm going to do my report right now.
Okay, Clerk.
Thank you.
So
I am asking for approval of the minutes for the regular Board of Trustees meeting on Monday, October the 7th, 2024.
Okay, so
Can I
you
get
can't
approval?
ask for a motion. That's my job. So I asked you, did you have a report? If you have a report, something you want to talk about?
For a motion, Mayor, can I finish?
You just said
I
you
let
asked
you
for a
talk.
motion.
Let me have the
You
floor.
just said you asked for a motion.
I said I asked for
Okay, go ahead.
approval,
Go ahead.
which I do every month. I'm asking for approval. Can you guys hear me? I did not ask for more. From the Board of Trustees for the minutes for Monday, October the 7th, 2024. Maybe if I speak lower, people will understand me.
I'll motion that we approve the meeting.
Okay,
minutes
it don't
from
work like
October
that, guys.
7th,
Y'all are so out of order.
2024.
So let me bring this back. So always say, let me educate you. I got 2 lawyers on my side. You cannot.
There's a
ask for
personal lawyer
approval,
and the
because
other
approval
lawyer.
is like asking for a motion. And trustee, you cannot recite a motion until I call for the motion. You guys don't follow no rules in here. Is everybody do what they want to do? Go look it up, and it'll tell you each step. But y'all want to surpass me and just do what y'all want to do. It don't work that way. Gosh.
What?
All right. So the
They're just trying to
Vice
approve
President
minutes.
asked
She's making this
for a
difficult.
motion to approve the regular Board of Trustees meeting on Monday, October 7th. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. It's been motion and second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
He got,
Oh, go ahead.
For the October 7th meeting, I wasn't present for that meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, call the roll.
So she made all that speech just to do this.
Trustee Norwood.
aye.
Trustee Stan Brown wasn't present,
No.
so okay, thank you. Trustee Tammy Brown. Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed. Thank you, board. I appreciate
All right,
your
next we
assistance.
have village
I'm still on the clerk's report. Can I finish talking? I didn't tell you. Let me finish my
Okay, go
part. I
ahead.
did not interrupt you, Mayor.
Check it, Tiffany.
Let me just be clear. She mentioned something about me with supplies. I just want to correct that. Yeah, the village is low on supplies because none of our vendors want to give us supplies without cash first. So supplies are being ordered, but it's not that someone is neglecting their job. It's just
You got to
simply
pay first.
because
Pay to play.
we are broke. You know, and you guys all know that. And when you talk about disrespect, and they're always talking about respect, but yet they sit here and disrespect. You have a clown sitting here who comes to work every day and don't work there. So I will apologize right now because I kind of stepped down a little bit, but if we were not broke, we would have supplies. And we're doing, and the staff is doing their best to get supplies. So it is not like I am here complaining. I am just following up to find out where the supplies are. But they're coming because they have been ordered. So that's what's really happening. And first of all, this is a board meeting. We should not be speaking on internal matters in a board meeting. I would not bring that here. Thank you very much.
All right. So, okay, if we're broke, how they're paying themselves? You're so broke, y'all not getting paper, ink, pens. If we
She
so
didn't hear any of this
why
stuff.
are they on this list to get paid? They got several different items to pay themselves as trustees. We so broke, why you paying for conferences? We so broke, why you paying for, you out of order, you out of order. So, okay, we so broke,
It's about to
why
go
you
crazy
paying for this
now.
stuff?
You see
That's the
Belcher?
problem. You out of order.
It's about to
And
get
y'all
hell
don't know how to
now.
follow by rules of order. When you can't take the heat, and you don't have the floor, trustee, please stop.
Yeah, but
Y'all got everybody on there. We so broke, you paying the lawyer $139,000, but we broke though, right? We can't get simple things, can't do simple things like get supplies and items that's needed to do the day-to-day operation. That's the problem that's going on right now.
Tonight.
So residents that do listen to me and pay attention to what's going on, you see it for yourself. But they give every excuses for why they trying to prove they stuff. Now get this warrant list.
She's
and
feeling
see
the
if
heat
they
right
approve
now.
this evening. And I'm gonna veto it because I am not with it. But they're gonna make sure they approve to pay all their friends, but we're broke, right? So we're not broke if you're still spending money on things that's not needed. So that's where we are with that. Village administrator report. What a village administrator at? What a village administrator? No village administrator, he's not here neither. Oh, he's still missing. And that's the other issue. Nobody comes to work. Nobody. It's a ghost town in our village, but go check the payroll. Check the payroll. Everybody's getting paid. Everybody's getting paid. And that's the problem that we have today, guys. You have to check facts. You can't just go off of hearsay. Engineers report, nothing. Department heads. Y'all got names about department heads. So let's get straight to it. Let's do corporate bills. Corporate bills. Electric warrant list. Is there a motion to approve the electronic warrant list? Is there a motion?
Is there a motion?
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
The motion second. Any discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead.
There there are a few items on this electronic warrant list that it says it's from November 4th, but just even as you stated, some bills are still getting paid because the money is coming out the account. So I'm trying to figure out, I had a concern about 3CINS that's still on here. And then I actually spoke to the vendor that came up today from TNT Cleaning, because she stated that she got paid through an American Express that Chief Lacey had August 5th for $15.50, but then on the AP warrant list, it has the same date with the same amount for a check to be cut. All other invoices have been approved by us. We're waiting for your signature on the check so they can be released. And then on last meeting, because we never received a written veto, so everything that happened October 7th is valid. The question was about these leases, which still, when you see the amount of money that has been spent for these vehicles, it's almost $70,000 just for these. And you keep hollering and telling these people we don't have no money, but this coming out the bank account. So I am a little concerned about what you're saying right now, but I would like to make sure that 3CINS LLC comes off. And if you have some clarity, because the trustees do not make the warrant list, let me say it again, the trustees do not make the warrant list. The CPA, the village administrator, whoever conducts this list and provides it to us, could you please make sure that someone can answer why this is on the electronic warrant list and the AP warrant list?
All right, anyone else?
They have something doubled.
Yes, I have one question. Okay, I just want, because we received a few different lists, I want to make sure we're talking about the electronic list that has a total of $419,174.71. Is that the same one? We received 5 different lists in our packet.
Yes, $419,174.71. That's correct, for the electronic warrant list for payments for September 2024, and it was printed on November 4th, 2024.
Okay, and then the other question, I heard Trustee Belcher mention removing this item. Do we need a superseding motion for that, or what's the parliamentary way to move that we accomplish?
She could just remove it. She want to remove an item like y'all always do. Or y'all act like y'all don't know what y'all been doing. That's it. She want to remove an item. Y'all entitled to remove whatever item you choose.
I want it removed, but I also want someone to answer the question about why it's on the electronic list and it's on the AP list.
And your answer is this. You guys put this together. You should have asked the people when y'all put this together. The trustees put this list together, and that's before me. So I got this email just like y'all got an email. You guys consult with the VA, and y'all put together this list. So stop acting like y'all did not, because that's how it got created. Because if I had it my way, every bill would be on the list. So you guys didn't consult with me. Y'all put the list together, and that's where it's at. I had to put a motion on that just to get Robinson Engineering paid. So you guys put it together. Now you want to play like y'all don't know what's going on. So take your item out and do what it as you will. And as it relates to not signing checks, you guys know this too. Jason House has been signing checks. He's not even on a bank account. So y'all need to stop playing the games. So tell the truth, shame the devil. But y'all study sitting up here lying about facts that I know and y'all know. So that's where we are. So there's a motion in a second. You want to remove the item and call the roll.
I have a comment on that, Mayor.
Go ahead.
I have not signed checks in 2 months. I have only signed the checks that Judge Cohen has given me the authority to sign. That will conclude my comment.
And that is not true. Don't worry about it. I will prove it. All right, moving on. Call the roll.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown, Trustee Tammy Brown, Trustee House,
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. You said no? Okay. Trustee Belcher,
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next on the agenda, a motion to approve the AP warrant list. Is there a motion to approve the AP warrant list? Hello, is there a motion?
May I read the warrant list into record, Mayor?
Go ahead.
Okay, the bills for November 4th had the corporate payments of $614,503.11. Gross payroll October 4th, $422,069.88. Gross payroll October 18th, $433,424.09. Melanie Fitness Center register, $1,244.32. Total corporate payments, $1,471,241.40. I motion that these bills be paid.
All right, is there a second?
Second,
All right, any discussion?
yes.
Go ahead.
Since you never answered the question for the electronic list, the TNT cleaning, which the young lady just stated that they're 4 months behind, but it's only 1 month on here because all the other months have been approved, but it's on the electronic warrant list. So I'm asking to remove it off the AP list and leave the $3,200 that's on the September invoice to be paid, because all other invoices have been approved, they just haven't been paid out. But I am saying this so it does not conflict with, it was on the electronic warrant list that was paid through the American Express, and I thought we didn't have no credit card, but and now it's on the AP warrant list. So that's the only reason I'm asking for it to be removed, because it's two different places. I want to be very clear so they don't think that I'm saying that not to pay y'all, but every other one has been approved by the board. The check just have not been issued.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, so for me, I have several things that's on this warrant list that you guys created. Core Consulting Group, that's the IT. I don't think they should be paid as it relates to, they haven't even been in the building doing work. Our employees have been sitting for months without anything to do. This is stuff y'all don't know, because they stopped their internet access as it relates to email, and then also systems access. So they couldn't produce or do any work inside the building. I brought this up. I've told it to trustees, especially Belcher, and I spoke to several other people about this, and they did nothing about it. So that's number one for the IT company. Number two.
So why wouldn't you pay?
Just to show you what I was saying. Odison, he got several invoices on here, and it's for $136,000, $580.52. That is for Odison. But y'all say we broke, can't buy paper, pens, and ink. This is my point. Next, the other issue on here, you got Tammy Brown. Y'all say we broke. Here we go, Tammy Brown for $619.82. That's for Tammy. Last one, y'all had Kiana on there. Last one after that, y'all had Clerk on there. Y'all put everybody on there every single cycle, but rather than y'all miss it. So if they that broke, why stop? Don't pay y'all. Y'all say conferences, you ain't got no money. So don't pay for that and pay for the supplies and the things that's needed for our village to operate. On here, y'all put Robinson Engineer, and that's what I was speaking to. I added that on there as a line item to pay them their money. You only put on here for $5,116.33. I think they should be paid all their money. If you're paying your attorney $136,000, you should pay them all their money, because guess what? They are our water operator, something really important, something really crucial. If that goes down or goes wrong, we are in trouble. But they're not paying the people that do the important parts to keep our village above water. So I want to point that out, and all what I stated was for the record. So that's my statements. Do you guys want to remove Tammy Brown from this warrant list?
Excuse me, my $619 supposed to come out of fund that is for training for the trustees, which was $10,000 that we never seen. So my $619 compared to your $200,000 is nothing compared. So you want to talk about $619? Talk about what you have spent.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's
All right, here we go.
Trustee.
Absolutely.
It's about to get,
Let's
it's
talk
about to get
about it.
salty
You got
now.
that all so
Here we
wrong.
go.
And that's what I stated
All the
before.
trips that
You gonna let me
take,
respond to
and
you?
haven't brought
Y'all
back
don't worry about what I do. I
Here we
didn't take
go.
anything from
I can see
here.
if you taking a trip and you
Nothing
bringing
from here.
something back
Show
for
me.
it. You're not bringing
Show
back
me.
anything
Show
for
me,
it.
trustee. You said a lot of lies. Please show me.
Man,
You keep saying I travel from here.
we go to
Y'all
the
mix
train
up
every
both
year.
bodies
Does-
of
We just
government.
don't see you there.
Okay,
And
let
all
me
the other
finish.
mayors are there along with their board. We just don't see you there. So my 619, I'm entitled to it.
Trustee, you shouldn't be
I'm
getting 619 if the community is suffering. If the community is suffering, you guys shouldn't be getting anything. That's what y'all don't
Ma'am.
understand. You should not be getting 600 of anything because we are without concrete to fix holes. We are without clamps to do water main breaks. Trustee, are you done?
No, I'm not done
Okay,
yet.
I'm gonna let you finish, then I'm gonna respond.
Her check.
She's-
She gets
she's
her
dealing with
check
the
just
mic.
like we get our check. Again, we are in
I don't
this
know.
position now because
That's a good
she
question.
screwed up the money. So now you want to point fingers at everybody else. Point the finger at yourself.
Oh, yeah, her mic
The
is
reason why
up.
these vendors are not being paid because she didn't pay. And then you go out and get contracts, and who signed them? Who approved them? Again, do your job and know your job. Everything that's supposed to be with these vendors is supposed to come.
I'm trying to
before
switch
the
out our
board,
microphone, but
and they
she's-
have not. So you got people on this warrant list from 22, 21, 19, 2021, 2022, 2023. Now you tell me whose fault is that? When the board has voted to pay these vendors and they're not being paid. So whose fault is that? Somebody answer that for me. Whose fault is that? And you want to cry about $619. I give you $619.
I will give it back to me, please. I want it back. So today, take your name off here and give the $619 back. So you're gonna make a motion to give it back, trustee? So make sure you give it back. So let's clear up some things, because this is where they confuse you guys at. As it relates to them getting things for travel, it is a bill. This has nothing to do with a paycheck. So when she make innuendos about, did you get your check? Y'all got y'all check too, and y'all don't do nothing. So this is a separate bill that comes off the list. So she's getting that extra $619. As it relates to budget, and she says a budget line item, it's a budget line item to travel for anybody. So how is it good for them but not good for me? You cannot say,
Yeah, but see, that
tomato,
doesn't make any,
tomato.
all right,
You
so,
gotta
so the
see
Superman is
what-
not making any sense. They have line items to travel. She traveled, and you get your money back, right? Just like with any job, you travel for the job, you go to a training, and they pay for room and board, and you get your money back, right? So she's paid out that money, and now she's getting it back. Tiffany does the same thing. She went to Vegas, and she like however much money she spent, $100,000, $9,000, whatever, and they'll either pay it out or use a credit card, and then they'll pay it back. So she's now saying that she doesn't want to let them get paid back for their travel, but she wants to get paid back for her travel.
It is. Right now, trustee, you just said you want to give it back. Please do that. Amend this warrant list and give it back. Because I'm going to call you on your bluff when you say you want it, you're going to give it back. So let's make
Like
a
I
motion.
said,
Let's make
the
a
money
motion.
is there
Hold
for
on, trustee.
training.
Trustee,
The
I
money
have the
is
floor.
there
Hold on,
for
trustee.
training.
So basically,
At the end of the
give
day.
it back. Give it back, trustee. So do y'all want to amend that motion? Because trustee just stated she want to give the money back. She want to give the $619 back. Do anybody want to amend the motion?
Thank you. Thank you. I
Do
appreciate
anybody
that.
want to
Thank you.
amend the motion? Trustees? Nobody?
Can we get it moving?
Trustee, you don't run a meeting, I do. That's your problem. So you just stated you want to give the $619 back. So
Yeah.
It is
please,
8:14. Can we keep
put
it
your money where
moving?
your mouth is.
Can we
Please give
keep
it back.
this? Can we get back to business?
She get back the money from
Can we
Vegas.
get back to
It's
business?
discussion. You talked all that
Can we-
stuff about
can
you
we
wanting to
get back
give the
to business, Mayor?
$619 back.
Can we get back
So
to
let's
business?
give it back, trustee.
I
Make
got
the
a motion to call the
amend it,
vote.
amend it, and let's go. Second.
If they're calling the
I
vote, that's
didn't
it.
call for the motion.
You don't have
You
to
guys
call for it.
cannot
Somebody can make a
supersede
motion.
me, and that's your problem.
They can
When
make.
we
They
in
make. They can
discussion,
make.
we're
motion.
in discussion.
You can make. You
At
can
the
motion
end
to
of
end
the day, you
discussion.
made a statement. I'm calling you on your statement. Your statement was,
can
I would
motion
give
to
you
end
the
discussion.
$619. Cool. Let's
Mayor-
make
Mayor-
amendment
Pardon me,
and
Mayor.
give the $600 back.
Parliamentary procedure, you have two attorneys sitting next to you. You can ask them. They can make a motion
for the roll.
To call the
You
question.
absolutely have that
I
right.
still
There's a
have to
second.
acknowledge you, sir. So
No,
until I acknowledge
I
you,
don't
you'll
care-
be
I
done.
don't care if you acknowledge me or not. You have two attorneys here. Ask them what the parliamentary procedure is.
Okay, it don't work like that. So you can be smart enough for all you want. You should take $436,000 back. That's what you should do. If we that broke, why you over here taking all the money from our village? If we
She
that
hot right
broke,
now.
You should give
She
all
just-
that
she
money
just- she
back.
just-
So-
There's a motion and a second to call the roll.
So anyway, as I was stating, we're in discussion, and as it relates to discussion, I'm stating that Tammy Brown should give her $619 back and 82
The clerk
cents.
should just call the
I'm
roll, 'cause
also
you got a motion in a
asking for
second.
the board to give back the $136,000 that Oderson and McGrath and Frazier and Murphy is getting. You should make a revised motion to give everyone their money.
Let me
So
clear
I'm
the
asking-
air. Let me clear the
trustee.
record
You out of
here.
order. You out of order. You said you had nothing else to say, right? Okay, then don't say nothing. So
Don't
that
tell
is
me
my
don't say
motion.
nothing.
Those are my motions as it relates to
The
you. Y'all should give it back.
$619 is on the warrant list
You
to
should
be
give it
paid.
back. It's
It's
amazing
not
you got so
paid.
much to say.
It's not paid.
Trustee.
It's on the warrant list to be paid.
Correct. So take it out. Take it out.
I'm done.
Thank you. I thought you was done a long time ago. Are we calling for the vote? All right, so that's what it is. Okay, so nobody wants to do it, right? All right, call the roll. Call the roll.
Thank God. Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown. Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
It's not.
Trustee Belcher.
It's not allowed. She's just doing it.
Motion passed to pay corporate bills, AP warrant list.
Okay, remember, when you walking down the sidewalk and you trip, they could have paid for it. All right, here we go. Is there a motion to approve an ordinance 24-015, engaging the village? And it's not the village, it's trustees council, let's clear that up. Legislative council as the attorney for the municipal officers electoral board of the village of Dalton. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay, so the attorney has advised me, which I know you know, because you're a lawyer down there, knows this too. This is an improper item placed on the agenda. This board has no merit as it relates to the electoral board. They know that, I know that, and he definitely knows that. So you guys cannot put a motion on the floor before this body to choose your own legislative counsel to be the counsel for the electoral board. So attorney McGrath, I think you should advise your client, whoever placed this on here, that that's not legit.
With all due respect, Mayor, you're completely wrong. There's been a motion and a second. It's properly on the agenda. Either one of the attorneys sitting next to you can advise
And the
you.
attorney did just advise me, sir, and that's why I'm speaking to it.
Mayor, if you could just let me finish. Either of the attorneys can advise you. If they call into question anything on the agenda, there's another procedure they could follow and take that to a different venue, and I welcome them to do that.
Yeah, you can't stop it. You can. There's a procedure for it. But he's a lawyer. That's the lawyer.
Okay, so
The
he
clerk can
stated
easily call the
that
roll.
it is still improper. I stated what I
He
stated.
can say-
for the
he can
record.
say
It's
whatever.
illegal to do. And then also, just so people understand what this is, because a lot of people don't understand this lingo. We have an electoral process. The electoral process is when someone challenges you as it relates to you filing your petitions. When you file your petitions, we have to create a body as it relates. Okay, the attorney want to explain it.
The attorney's going to explain it.
Counsel, with all due respect, I advise the mayor that this is not.
You out of order, stop. Go ahead.
Who does he work for?
I advise the mayor, council, that this is not the municipal officers electoral board. That board is different from this board. This is the village of Dalton's trustees board, right? The MOEB is a statute, is a creature of statute, according to ILS 510, 510, council. This is not that board. That motion should be properly addressed by the proper board.
Are we in comments, discussion?
No, we're talking, the attorneys was talking to each other as it relates to that it's an improper item. on the agenda.
Yes,
and he
discussion
just
now.
gave him the rules.
The lawyers are
of
fighting
where
now.
this item should be is not before this body. They do not control the electoral board. Guess who controls it? It's myself, it's the clerk, and it's the senior trustee. Those are the three individuals that's on the electoral board. They know that, I know that, we know that. So to put it right here for a vote before you guys is improper. It's not the way it works or goes. Let alone you want to basically appoint your legislative council when you're the one being challenged.
Not true.
When you're being
I
challenged in
haven't
that
thought about
process.
it.
So I'm just pointing that out as it relates
for
to what's
better
going
men
on.
than me.
So,
There was a motion and a second. Are we
Better
in
men
discussion?
and women, women than me.
so you gonna let me finish?
I want to talk.
All right, he said, go ahead. Y'all gonna vote on it? Go ahead. All right, call her up. Trustee,
Are we in discussion?
y'all got something to say? Go ahead.
I do.
He's arrested. Yeah, she's gonna get arrested.
So,
It's-
to be very
it's gotta happen.
transparent, since he started quoting ILCS, whatever he
You're
was
bad.
quoting, it would be unfair to anybody when Mayor Henyard is running, Jason House is running, the clerk is running. So for it to be no inconsistencies and nobody saying somebody did this wrong and somebody did that wrong, the purpose of putting this on the agenda is for the county to be the electoral board where they're not biased because of all of these people that are running are be there. So yes, you are the mayor, but if all of y'all are the people that's on the ballot, that would be unfair. So the purpose of this ordinance, and I'm sure if you read it, you would see that it's for the county to come step in so there will be no biases of anybody that put in any objections, because the only person that put in objections is DeMarcus Quigley against us because they
Thank you.
couldn't find nothing else to do.
So
Thank you
just
so
for
much.
the record, you still got it wrong. Everybody that knows the process, been through the process, remember, I've been elected since 2013. As it relates to you removing someone from the body, if you feel they're biased in any way, is they do a public member. That's how I go. They bring a public member in and they replace the person that's sitting there, especially if they're the one running. That's how it goes. So for you guys to try to supersede the
Of Dalton's trustees board.
Oh, sorry, I moved.
From
I sped up too far.
the mayor.
petitions,
There it
we
is.
have to
Sorry.
create a body as it relates. Okay, the attorney want to explain it.
Here we go. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button.
Council, with all due respect, I advise the mayor that this is not,
You out of order, stop. Go ahead.
I advise the mayor, council, that this is not the municipal officers electoral board. That board is different from this board. This is the village of Dalton's trustees board, right? The MOEB.
But he's mentioned us already. Maybe I rolled it back.
To that it's an improper item of three individuals that's on the electoral board.
I'm trying to fast forward this. Sorry.
He started quoting
think I backed up too much.
whatever he was quoting. It would be unfair to anybody when Mayor Henyard is running, Jason House is running, the clerk.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The objections, because the only person that put in objections.
All right, moving on. Call
Here it
the roll,
is.
please.
Sorry. I'm caught up.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Same.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
She laughed.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next on the agenda.
All right, so what all that was about is that they're all running because the election's coming up in 2 or 3 months. I think 2 months the election's coming up. No, the election's in February. So they're starting a campaign now. So it's November, December, January, February. So 3 months away of the election. Now they have to set up a separate board to run the election. And generally, the mayor, the clerk, and the senior trustee would be on the board. But since they're all running, they're saying, well, we're going to pass a law so we can appoint another board, so we can have another board run it, because all three of those people are running for their positions, and we don't want a conflict of interest. So that's why they're passing this new law to say we want this to be done that way. Henyard wants to be in control of it.
Number 24-016, amended Title 5 of the Municipal Code of the Village of Dalton concerning penalties for violations of the village animal control ordinance. Is there a motion?
I'll motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, is there a motion second? Any discussion?
Yes, so at the last meeting, we had discussion regarding residents receiving high fines for their loose animals. We had the discussion, and myself, I've spoken to some residents, and with speaking with the board, we decided that we don't want to outprice, or our job is not to make the fines so high that the residents cannot afford them. We do understand that accidents happen with dogs and animals, so we do understand that. So we changed the fee and the fine. Instead of it being $500 on the first offense, we changed it to $150 for the first offense, $250 for the second offense, and $500 for the third offense.
Ooh, they're
We
high
are in
fines.
hopes that residents just be mindful of your neighbors. We do understand that accidents happen. However, we want to also be safe, and that's the main goal.
Oh, yeah, I heard it.
We are changing the price, and we will make a lot of other changes
Yes.
over the next few months. I've noticed enormous amount of animals loose.
She wants to
I've
party.
been in this village 20 plus years, and I've never seen so many stray animals. The problem
Yep.
is not the animals that are that the residents own. The problem are abandoned animals. So we need animal control. I brought it up once before. You stated that we have animal control, but what you really meant is we have an animal control vehicle. So we do have an animal control vehicle that you purchased unapproved by the board, $80,000. It was approved by the board, but there was no process. And when we sit here, that's our whole concern as a board, the process. It's not necessarily that the ideas that you come up with, we're not against the ideas, but everything needs a process and a procedure. So we are supposed to have animal control. We should have found certified people to run the animal control.
Yes.
Right now, our issue is, we had an issue, I called around, I've done my research, I've spoken with the county. They have an issue because they said that we have an ex-officer who wasn't following the process. So because they wasn't following the process and they were doing unimaginable things with the dogs, the county suspended our need to, they're not allowing us to operate right now. So what we need to do is figure out how we can become licensed with the state again so that we don't have these issues, and that we could eventually hire someone certified to run animal control so that we can have the animal control in place for the residents. I also called the Humane Society. Once upon a time, we did have animal control, and the process was when a resident called, the animal control would pick up the animal and they would take them to the Animal Humane Society. Well, they said that we owe them money. So right now, they're not allowing the animals to come there. So the issue is, now we have all of these animals, we have nowhere to place them, so they're just running around the town, procreating and making more, when we just want to get control of the issue. So this is the first step. Thank you.
All right, anyone else? I think you guys should pay the bill. If you pay the bill, you got somewhere to take down. So that's an excuse. And as it relates to these ordinances that you put together, I think you guys are way behind the eight ball. Y'all had over 3.5 years to do something, and you guys haven't created anything. But now, guess what? It's election time, so you're digging in the crates trying to create whatever possible, such as play with animals. I think that you guys are going down the wrong road with the animals. I think you guys should leave the fees where they are. I think you should actually
$500
increase them, because what they don't tell you, or
Increase
they're
the
not telling
fees?
you, is, you know how many people have got attacked by dogs in Dalton? These all police reports right here. Police reports. People getting mauled to death. Did y'all know that in Dalton? These are reports that we got. But yet we talking about charging $100 for
People getting mauled to death. That's a lawyer's trick, though. What she did is a lawyer's trick. You hold up a whole bunch of papers. Look at all these. Look at all these. Who's going to look through all those papers? She could be holding a whole bunch of blank sheet of papers for all we know.
loose dog, a pit bull. I'll give you a story. We was out running about 2 months ago, Will? 2 months ago. When I say a pit, was that a pit? What kind of dog that was? A pit was loose. Chased the mail lady down the street. She was screaming her heart out. I had to call the police because we weren't gonna get bit too. We waited, called the police, but when the police came, the person came and got the dog already and left. I asked the young lady, is she okay? She wanted to still work, do her route, but these are issues that we got in our town. Another issue, I drive around the town, this is what people should know.
From what I understand, mail carriers I think are used to being chased by dogs. I think that's like isn't that like part of the job? Mail carriers and dogs.
About me because I care. So about school time, I'll say 3:30. You had two King Corsos. I think I got them right. Them big vicious dogs loose. These are all recorded because I called the police. So these are all in reports that you can go check. So remind you, kids getting out of school. So if people running down the block and the dog chasing them, what do you do? Until it happened to you, you will understand why people got strict penalties in place to protect you, resident. Because one guy got ate up and it was behind Trina Down's house by two pigs or Germans or something, he said. She told me. So I'm saying that to say that when all this happened and the man had to get skin grafts. So y'all talk about these things, but don't look into it and do it all for click and views and for political gain. But yet y'all ain't doing y'all job of research.
Click and
You should
views,
leave the
baby.
fees where they are. You guys should actually increase them and hold people accountable because when one of those dogs get loose, what are you going to do? All you gonna say is we gonna charge them $100? That's it? But your person's ate up sitting on the ground. Like make that make sense.
Okay, the super mayor's lawyer should be telling her the fine, right? They're paying to the city. That's not going to help the victim. The victim gets help by suing the person who has the dog and or the person has insurance, and you go through that. But the fine is because the dog was loose. So that's not. It's not like they're going to give the person the $500 and that's going to take care of skin grafts. It's $500 isn't enough for a skin graft or someone getting killed by a dog. So I don't know what she's talking about. She literally thinks the cop is going to fine you and you give the $500 to the person who was bit. That's not how it works.
It makes no sense to me. I think you
She's
guys
saying
should
it makes no
revisit
sense.
this, either table it for another day, or you should increase the numbers so that people are accountable for their dog that is eating up people in
$500
our village.
Really?
So
$500
that is
bucks?
my comments for it. I pray that the board consider them and amend that ordinance.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to conclude with this before I vote. Again, I heard your stories, and your story is every reason why we need animal control. We need animal control. We need you to figure out how you can make things right with the state so that we can be certified, so that we can actually get certified people to operate the $80,000 plus truck that's been sitting for 3.5 years. And when I stated it, I heard you say, well, it's 3.5 years later, and I never mentioned it. Anyone watching the meetings, which they watch, they know that a few months ago when I mentioned it, you said we do have animal control trustee Norwood, and that's what you stated. So all I'm stating to the residents is I know that she done flew from Vegas to Atlanta doing a whole media tour with the whole entourage, paying $50,000 for travel here, $50,000 for travel now there. Now we're broke, and she wants to put the fines on the residents of the taxpayers. And to me, that's not fair. So with that being said, I vote to amend the fees so that we're not overpricing it and making it too ridiculous where the residents can't get their loved ones back in reference to their animal, because their animals are loved ones to some people. So that's my stance, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, so let me remind y'all of what's what. As it relates to our
She's got to get the last word in on time.
animal control unit, we do have an animal control unit, and trustee knows that. So for her to get up here online and say 3.5 years and we ain't had no animal control, because we went on her block that she don't live at. She don't live at the address. I'm mad that I didn't challenge you on that. But anyway, when we got to that address, it was 2 loose dogs that we went and picked up with the animal unit that she keeps saying we don't got. And she gonna call and make a post and say, hey, it's 2 loose dogs. Why you didn't call us? Why didn't you call the police? It's kids out there. I got the call from one of the residents to show up and show out and get the dogs. So this how important this is, but she studied, hide behind other stuff, going left on other things. Talk about this right here, right now. We need to amend it and make it right. Somebody get ate up, Just remember, y'all look for trustee Norwood because she the one put this in place. Because $100 is not gonna help you with your conflict. Because them dogs are loose. People jump over gates all the time, meaning they're animals, and then they have to find the owner. And some of them don't even have tags, so they ain't got no tags. Who do you charge? Now the dog just loose, ain't got a tag, and ate up everybody in the community. Make sense. So all I'm
What is
saying
she
to you
talking
guys
about?
is I pleaded with the board to
she's
ask
just-
them to reconsider and re-advise.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Revise this, and then we can move forward.
She's
But
not
if you're
making.
gonna
She's
accept
literally
that
not making any
plan,
sense.
I will be vetoing it, by the way, just so we crystal clear to the public. So if they pass this, it will be vetoed at the next meeting. All right.
Call Dalton Police Department and see if there's any animal control for yourself.
Anything else?
So you know.
All right. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown. Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right. Next on the agenda, is there a motion to approve ordinance number 24-017, authorizing and providing for the issuance of its 1.6 million taxable general obligation bond series 2024 of the Village of Dalton, Cook County, Illinois, for the levy of a direct annual tax significant to pay the principal and interest of said bonds and approving a tax escrow agreement. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second? Second. There a motion and second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
They're doing a bond to, I
Trustee
think,
Tammy
fix
Brown.
something up.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher. Motion passed.
You know, President goes to majority, scared to vote for that tax levy increase. Huh? Okay, next on the agenda, is there a motion to accept the memo regarding the enforceability of the vehicle lease purchase agreement for the Ford Explosion?
That's the mayor's
Expedition,
car.
I'm sorry. Chevy and the Chevy Tahoe and the Durango.
So those are the mayor's
Is
cars.
there a motion?
I make a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and second? Any discussion? Call the roll.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown. Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Holmes voted
Motion
no.
passed.
Next, is there a motion to declare the lease purchase agreement unenforceable and to return the Ford Expedition, Durango, Chevy Tahoes to the lender? Is there a motion?
I make a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and second? Any discussion?
Those are the
Call
mayor's cars. They're turning.
Trustee
So they're gonna turn it
Norwood?
back in.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, I'm gonna go back. My bad, trustee. Trustee Holmes had a statement or something you want to make? Go ahead, trustee.
Those are not the police cars, those are, additional cars, like the cars that the mayor drives, one car, not the mayor, let me rephrase that. The detail, no. So the cars that we are discussing is, one of the Chevy Tahoes, which, one of the person that's the detail drives, which is a luxury vehicle. It's not a police car that's on the street. The other one is the Expedition that the fire chief had. The other one is a Tahoe that was sitting, and then the Durango that the previous chief had. If you tallied up just those four vehicles of the lease, it's $9,145 per month, which would save us $109,740,000 a year.
Ooh,
$40 a year.
that's some big money.
So
Like
this
10
is
grand a
not
month.
any cars that's coming off of the street for the police. These are the other vehicles that were
It's
unapproved
about $10,000 a
by
month.
the board.
Okay, all right, it'll all be vetoed. All right, next, is there a motion to approve a policy? Took the vote already. Pay attention. All right, next on the agenda is there a motion to approve a policy to enforce the return of all village property within 24 hours of separation from employment. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Thanks,
Is there
ma'am.
a second? Second. Any discussion? Okay, why is this created? That's my discussion.
You said what?
Why is this created? Whoever created this or put this on the agenda?
I created it. I put it on there, and the reason that I put it on there is because it's a lot of liability. So I'll give a couple examples of things that have happened when people terminate. If they're laid off, if they're terminated, if they're leave from the village, they should be returning the village property within a reasonable amount of time.
Yes.
We have somebody that was laid off in August that was driving a village vehicle, and now it has mysteriously disappeared, and I don't know where
A
it's
car
at.
disappeared?
But if something was to happen in that vehicle, we would be liable for it. So it should be a 24 to 48-hour time frame that all village property be returned.
That vehicle should be
This has
reported
nothing to do with
stolen
anybody
if they can't find a
personally.
car.
This has something to do with the liability of the village. Also, those vehicles, and I can say two of them that we were talking about, the previous person left and only gave one key back, meaning that another key is somewhere around. All of village property should be returned, just as if you had left someplace, you have to turn in your ID, you have to turn in whatever belongs to that village.
You would turn in the
This
car
puts
too.
us in a very liability. I'm sorry, I need to make sure I say it. I gotta call them liability and high risk. We already have problems with insurance. We already have problems with all these lawsuits, and this can cause a lot of concern. So I put it on there. I placed it on there because I believe there should be a time frame that all
Forget about the
village
time frame. The
items
car
and
that's
property
gone needs to be
returned
reported
if somebody
stolen,
separates
and then we
from the village.
take care of the next stuff.
Okay. So
Nobody
with
should be
that
walking
being
off with
said, I'm not
cars.
in disagreement with anything being returned to the village. I totally agree with that. I don't think that it is a need for an ordinance or anything to be created because HR normally tells you to give everything when you part from a employment. So I just think y'all just making things for no reason when
No.
it's already something on the books that states when you leave, get fired, quit. Normally you go in HR office and they ask you to give
Somebody
those
walked
things.
off with a
If you
car.
don't have them, they say
So
give them
obviously
the
it's not
next day or
working.
whatever. So I just think this is just a waste of money as it relates to, I'm pretty sure the lawyer down there charged to create it when it's something like that on the books because everywhere or anybody that has an actual job has done it or created it. So
There, I'm, and this is something that we agree on. But you saying that that's what's supposed to happen. Obviously, it hasn't happened if these people still have the property. So we're putting it as an ordinance to hopefully it be enforced because, as I just stated, it's a liability. So when these type of things happen, yes, it is common nature that human resources do this. But obviously, whatever the situation is, it hasn't happened. So I think if it's in writing, it's more enforceable.
That's true.
okay. Well, we both agreed for once on something, which I just stated I agree with it. Is no need for this. And if HR, someone's not doing their job, you should let people know so that we can talk to them on whatever they're not doing, which y'all talk to HR. So call the roll.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
trustee Holmes, trustee Belcher. Motion passed.
Holmes is
All
just
right,
downvoting
next,
everything.
motion to approve 2 business licenses. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there
Now
a
remember,
second?
people said it was pay to
Is there a
play with
motion
these
and second?
business
Any discussion?
licenses.
All right, go ahead.
A little information on this 1445 city.
Well, they put this
Sorry,
on
I
here.
didn't hear the question.
Said-
1445 city.
You said, do we have the information?
Yeah, is everything all paperwork?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What business is that?
That is the gas station on the corner of Sibley, right next to the bowling alley.
Marathon or something?
I think it's the Shell gas station.
All right, any more discussion? All right, so you guys want to approve 2 business licenses. And you stated that they turned everything in, correct?
Yes.
Okay. This is the main reason why the board do not get in the day-to-day operation and should not have any input on who get what license, when, where, or how. At the end of the day, we always had a process in our village. And I'm allow, William, you can come here, you can take my mic. To the mic to speak to the fact of who got what. Okay, y'all out of order. Okay. You out of order, you out of order. So as it relates to items, can you see that?
I have to take the vote.
Can you see that mic?
He doesn't work here.
It doesn't work here.
You gotta be so rude. That's so rude. So I just want to point out, as it relates to items and things that are not completed, but this board want to surpass the process and give their friends, homies, whoever, licenses when we have a process in our village. As long as you go through the steps, follow the protocol, no problem. But when you come here and you sit here and you just want to approve licenses without checking with our departments to see if they did everything, it's beyond me. So my question is this: who got paid? Who on the tape? Because at the end of the day, why is this up here? It should not be before the body, because that's what they do at the village. That's what the employees are for. But right now, we constantly come in here asking the board to approve things that they should not be approving. So, William, go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I just want to just
Oh, this
explain
got
that
expired before.
with the housing department and permits and licensing, there is a process in place. The particular business that you're speaking of, when we researched it today, first they had not had their fire inspection, which is one of their requirements. They have the building and fire inspection. So when you say, Trustee House, that they had all the credentials, I don't know where you got the proof that they had all of their credentials. They still have to have their state license. We checked today, they didn't have their state license. And there's various other things without divulging this particular business, all of their information that they is required. We will reach out to them tomorrow and inform them of those things that's required in order to get a business license. With the leadership of Mayor Henyard,
Oh no. Here we go with this guy. With the leadership of Mayor.
we have come to the conclusion that
He's kissing ass.
majority of the businesses here, and I quote, the business that was here last Friday, so he's been in the village for 30 years. I had to provide him with his articles of incorporation, his state licenses, inspections. He said he never had to have that. So with our code enforcement, we sent them out there. This particular business had water leaking through tiles onto hamburger that our citizens was actually purchasing. So we let them know that it's important, it's imperative, before the village signs off on these business licenses, they have to follow these procedures. Those procedures was not in place until Mayor Henyard came in. There's no process or procedures, no job descriptions from director, manager, supervisor, and clerk. And so this is based on all the ordinances that we have in place. So we will reach out, Mayor, as we inform you, to this particular business and let them know of the things that's required before they can obtain their business license. Because we want to be, a business has to come into compliance before we can actually provide them with their business license. Okay?
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So the reason why I asked him to come up so you can hear from someone that's in that department, because you get information and it's the wrong information that is given to people. They don't do the process, but then they go and say, oh, they stopped me. They won't give me a license. They want this. Why they don't do that same song and dance when they go to Tinley and Orland? They tell them no until they come into compliance. It's the same with our black and brown communities. You got to come into compliance. Once you do that, fine, you approve, but you must follow the steps. We cannot think that we can go to a board and say, hey, can you approve my license? But yet you ain't did everything you're supposed to do with our village. But then they get up here and lie to y'all and say, hey, yes, they did everything. Everything's been approved and they're done. And that's not true. And that's not true. So what I'm saying to you is that you have to pay attention and hear every side before you decide on what to do. And that's what we are today. So that's why I'm stating that with these businesses, as long as they come into compliance, we have no problem with it. We want businesses here. I am the most business-friendly person there is. I want people to keep going and keep growing. That's how I started. I come from a small mom and pop store. So why would I not want somebody else to have the opportunity to grow within a community, especially ours? But I want them to do it the right way. Because if somebody gets sick, somebody get injured, in one of the places that they just approved, the village gets sued because we approved it. And they didn't do an inspection. If you go in, some fall down on you. You go cook some raw meat and it's not cooked to a certain temp. But we approved them. It got to make sense, guys. I need you to see that and stop just going with the hype of negativity, because that's not what it is. We want people to do things the right way, and then they have no problem with being approved. I just don't think they should be coming before a board that don't work there, that don't know if they did A through Z. So that's where it's at. So that's what we need to work on. So that's my statement for it. Anybody got anything else?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, on this business specifically has submitted everything to the village administrator as well as the Ms. Carlisle who's doing the permits. So if you have questions, I would say please have an employee contact the administrator and they can provide that documentation to them. That's on this business specifically. I will say prior to this administration, the board did not need to be involved in business licenses. This is the least business-friendly administration that I've ever seen. It takes businesses up to 6 months and they get no responses, no answers. That's the reason the board created this process. If the employees will do the job and make sure these people are followed up with and comply, we have no problem getting out the way. The board is not trying to oversee all this stuff. We're doing this as many other things because the job is not being done. Once the job is getting done, the board can fall back and just do the legislation that we signed up to do. At this point, it's not happening. So please, I would welcome people to do their job. I would welcome the departments to go back to the employees. And when that time comes, we'll get out of it. But at this moment, we are trying to make sure that businesses get the license they're entitled to. Because of this board, 23 businesses got the license that they need. Dalton is the only community that in order to get a business license or a liquor license, you need an attorney. Why the hell is that necessary? It doesn't make sense at all. So when we talk about bringing business, we have to make it more business friendly. We have to let the businesses know, and that's what this board is doing.
All right, so right now, you guys
That makes sense.
are impeding on the day-to-day operation. That is not your job. That is not your job
man,
to
it's
do.
mad
and
now.
You're impeding on the day-to-day operation as a trustee. Y'all job is to legislate. That's all y'all do. You guys cannot sit here and circumvent the process. The process is what it is as it relates to a business coming into our community. And if people get their stuff right, they wouldn't have to go through all of this if they make sure they do it right the first time. I have made videos and showed you guys the people going on
videos.
Facebook, and I've showed you the truth. So that's just what it is. And for people to get up here and grandstand like they're not doing their job, stop it. Tomorrow, show us what you feel that they got, because they don't have it. We checked today, and I made sure we got our facts before we came to this meeting, and they don't have what they need.
Thanks
and then
for
as it
doing it,
relates
Joe.
to the second company, what is it that they want to do? Now it's a sports complex. What is this? So every time you guys put something on there and then approve it, but no one else knows what's going on. But then yet y'all use me for the headlines in the news. But you're the one that's sitting here creating all the tension and all the things in our community because you guys voted for it. But the problem is the mayor is the executive branch.
The lawyer tell her now. Like, yeah, it's every time
Good
to shut
question.
up.
Where is the VA? And that's the other issue. VA's never here, don't do his job, don't communicate with people. He reports, guess to who? The mayor. And he's been reporting to the board of trustees. So who really is running what? But yet y'all point the finger. It's not right. It's not fair. So I just want to say that. So again, y'all can approve it all you want. It will be vetoed. The person needs to come up into compliance with us, the village. Once they come in compliance with the village, it's not a problem with approval. But they must do that. They must follow the steps. So I want that for the record. So once you guys go and do these political games, put things on here for political plays, make sure they follow the process. That's where we are. All right, Colorado. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, trustee.
Yeah, I want to need a motion to table it.
It's been a motion to table it. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motioned and second to table it. Colorado.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
No.
Trustee Holmes.
Yes.
Trustee Belcher.
Holmes said yes to something.
Motion failed.
All right. Oh, look at that. All right. Thank you. Next is
Sorry, let me correct that. This is a motion to table item 12G.
next. Is there a motion to approve a settlement agreement in the amount of $900,000
Ooh.
to Camille Williams versus Dalton settlement? Okay.
They got a their lawsuits are crazy.
Oh, I'll make the motion.
They're paying out a lot of cash.
All right. Let's pause for 1 minute. Attorney got a question.
What the fucking attorney's asking? Why's he walking up there? He's just asking. Oh, he's talking to the other attorney. Now, one thing about this attorney that they have there, who the hell is this guy? Who's paying him? Why the hell is he like? This doesn't make any sense.
Okay, I think. Are you tabling it? What you doing? Okay, well, so what are y'all doing? Tabling it? What are y'all doing? Okay, is it a motion to table? All right, so motion to table. Is there a second? Then motion to second. Call the roll.
So they're tabling because they're
Hello?
able to find out what the hell why they paying out so much money for what. And you can't discuss it here in an open meeting because it's a legal issue. So
Trustee
during a closed
Norwood.
session.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion tabled.
Mayor, if I may, the attorney has a statement about it being from a federal judge, so I want to let him.
Okay, well, y'all probably should go to closed session because everybody down here is saying y'all should talk about it in the back. And I agree. I
Yeah.
don't think y'all should put whoever business that is out in the open. So,
The super
If you
man is
want, we can
smart.
go into executive session. I was just noting that this litigation was handled by an outside firm, Michael Sparrow from Hinshaw and Culberson. There was
Right.
a settlement conference 3 weeks ago, and this was agreed to.
Yeah, because it's a legal settlement. That's
partly
why
with the village
it
and with
usually
the,
doesn't. You can
the
settle
village
without it being
insurance
public.
carrier.
So
The village really has no say. If they want to go against the settlement, then the village will be on the hook for paying all future defense costs and any difference in the dollar amount. So you go into executive session. I did not handle it. I know generally what the case is about. The attorney who handled it is not here, obviously, but it was pursuant to a settlement conference in federal court with the village administrator, that attorney, other attorneys, and plaintiff's counsel.
so
All
they
right,
stay with
thank
us
you.
till that case. All right.
next, is there approval for the audit engagement letter? Is there approval?
I motion.
Is there a second? Is there a motion and second? Any discussion? Okay, well, my question is, how did this firm come about?
This was a force-placed audit by Susanna Mendoza. We could not identify a firm that would accept, so Comptroller Mendoza identified a firm that will take on the Village of Dalton.
Okay, that's great. All right, is there a motion and second? Call the roll.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
So people understand the state controller. So they have like red light cameras in the village, and the state controller collects that money because they take a picture of your license plate. The state charges you, and you pay it, and you goes to the state. So then the state gives that money back to Dalton. But since Dalton doesn't have audited financials, the state was like, "We're not giving you any money because we don't even know how you're spending the money, what you're doing with the money. This is taxpayer money. So we can't just give it to you without any repercussions." So they try to find an auditor, but the auditor they found looked at it and was like, the books are so messed up. We're not touching this. This is a nightmare. So the comptroller got auditor for them, and that's what they're voting on now. Whether they engage the auditor, the state controller has sent to them.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Sorry, I know that
Trustee
was low.
House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right. Next, is there a motion to approve resolution number 24-010, authorizing payment for the Village of Dalton Special Counsel Legal Services? Is there a motion? No motion?
Ooh.
Is there a motion to pay the legal fees?
Wow.
All right. Is there a
Gotta check
second?
that out.
Second.
Is there a motion and second? Any discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead.
You didn't provide any documentation with this. So how much is you're asking for payment? What is the payment? Do we have a contract?
So obviously you didn't read because there is an attachment to it, and it's called the resolution. And in the body of the resolution, it states the payment for legal services.
Where?
It say what your lawyer get.
I know what services is now.
It say what your lawyer get. It ain't no contract. It's a resolution. It's in there.
Okay, can you give me the number? It's like 7 pages. It's 7.
It's not. I don't think this is a contract.
There you go.
Finally.
There you go. You can review mine, but it's in your package. All right, just find it. And you got a second page. That way you can read and see.
Right, it's no dollar amount on it.
It say whatever legislative council gets. It says it on there.
So why wouldn't it be a dollar amount?
Yeah,
What's the
whatever
dollar
they
amount
get.
that you get?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
McGrath, what's the dollar amount you get per hour?
Why are we using legislative counsel to determine
I'm asking.
your
I'm asking.
request?
She just asked me the question. We trying to make sure it's fair. That it's across the board. That's all. Whatever they get, make sure they get.
What?
Yeah. So an invoice will be billed every time the individual does work to you guys. Well, to us, the village.
He's trying to get paid.
Any more discussion?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Say again?
Is Delgado still with us on this here?
I cannot hear you. Sorry.
Is Delgado still with us on this here?
Delgado dropped the
special-
cases, so we had to bring in a different counsel to handle all the.
That's new news. Delgado dropped
So, no,
everything.
they're not.
Delgado's
no
like,
longer on
I'm out. Delgado's like, I'm out. This place is too insane. Delgado was the lawyer that they had before who was defending Henyard and stuff.
No, Delgado dropped the cases. Y'all not listening.
They didn't pay Delgado.
Okay, what we doing, guys? So it's been a motion and second to approve payment to the Village Dalton Special Counsel for Legal Service. It's been motion and second. Any more discussion? All right, call the roll.
Trustee Norwood.
No.
Trustee Stan Brown.
No.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
No.
Trustee House.
No.
Trustee Holmes.
All right, okay. So let me
No.
make this statement for the record. You called the last person.
Motion failed.
Slow. All right, so we did everything. So here we are. I just want to make this statement for the record. So please make sure this is in the minutes. So the judge told this body, this board, they was all in court with me, that they should do the same thing that they do for their counsel, which is create an ordinance / resolution, and it's in the document, and you guys can check it out, news, so you can see what the transcripts stated that the judge told this body to do. They was all in court, and said, to be fair, you should pay counsel. So if you're not gonna pay counsel, we created exactly what the judge told us to do. And then we get up here and then everybody vote no. So make that make sense. Thank God we're in court tomorrow. I appreciate that. So in court tomorrow, we'll bring this up because at the end of the day, we have to sit here and go through this. But I want to point that out just so you understand the why and how it came to be on here.
But they don't want to
cannot
pay
be
you your
good for
counsel.
one side and then bad for the other side. Cannot be. But that just show you the control that everyone does. Next on the agenda, motion to approve payment of invoices to Robinson Engineering. Is there a motion?
I'll motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
There a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor.
Go ahead.
I have the invoices that were just brought in today, and these are invoices from 2023, January 24. These have already been approved on a previous warrant list. We have never removed Robinson Engineering from the warrant list. Just to restate, of course, I will support this again, but these have already been approved.
Okay. Well, Ron is saying the opposite, so that's why it's on the agenda. So hold on.
How would Ron
if
know?
you guys want to reapprove it, then we reapprove it. If it is checks already cut, made, or whatever, then they can void the approval. She don't have to cut any
No, that's
checks, is
ridiculous.
what I'm saying.
You don't approve it twice. You
So
cut the
you guys
original
are
check,
in
right?
favor
You
of it, correct?
approve it twice.
All right. Call her.
Wait, so we're calling a roll on something that's already been approved?
Yeah,
You
doesn't make
heard what he just
sense.
stated. Come on, man. Just said he's in favor of this.
Okay, trustee Norwood,
No,
trustee Stan Brown,
Aye.
trustee Tammy Brown,
I would
Trustee
vote for
House?
this.
Aye.
trustee Holmes, trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
This
All
absolutely
right.
makes no
Next
sense.
on the agenda, is there a motion to approve the appointment of the police chief, Ronnie
Here
Bird?
we go. This is the fireworks now.
Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motion and second. Any discussion? Call around.
I have a comment on this, Mayor.
Okay, go ahead.
And just as we're going into the next one, so my statement is going to be the same for the next 4 points. None of the individuals listed here, the resume has not been provided to the board. No confirmation of background checks, no confirmation of salaries. And for some of the contract individuals, no confirmation of certificates of insurance, malpractice
Wow.
insurance. None of that information has been provided to the board. So I'm going to be a no for all of these until we can get the proper due diligence.
Okay, so for the record,
Makes
guys, y'all need to
sense.
stop. Y'all know I'm entitled to my appointments as a mayor. And as a mayor, I will get my appointments. I'm doing the process because I was told that this is how it needs to be. I put it before this body to support me in making sure I have management in place in every area throughout my community. Because right now, as you guys know, y'all involved in a lot of mess. And right now it's time to clean up the mess. But I need people in place to manage those departments.
Just so everybody understands what's going on. She appointed a police chief. She appointed a couple of people without now the president appoints and then the Senate has to approve it. She appointed it, but they didn't approve it. And now she's trying to appoint other people and they haven't approved it. They said we need background checks. You're trying to hire a police chief here. So now she's going to her speech on why she needs to appoint these people to these positions without background checks or anything like that. Just appoint them. No salary too. And remember, there's no salary. So it's not like they even have a salary. So she just wants you to appoint them and they'll figure it out later. And they're like, no.
Being managed because you guys been laying people off. Y'all have it as a ghost town. People not showing up to work. Y'all paying these half salaries and they don't even come to work. What you paying people to do? This not COVID. They need to come to work and do their job. Especially the police department. You need a police chief. And y'all know that. That's why it's being ran raggedy. I hear that all you trustees are being, have been going over there to the police department, especially trustee Belcher. Y'all in the police business that should not be. I keep telling y'all, stay in your lane because you be involved in stuff later on because you think you run stuff and you don't. You are a legislative body. I keep saying that. I'm the executive branch. You're legislative. All you do is make laws and also pass a budget that you have not passed. So I'm asking for your support, which I knew you guys would say no, but thank God, state statute say that I'm entitled to my appointment, whether you say yay or nay. And that's the great thing about having the executive powers. I have to put it before you to hope and pray that you support me, which I thought you would, because at the end of the day, all these departments are being ran without anybody. So that's my statement for that. Call the roll. No, we just on L. Yep.
Trustee Norwood,
No.
trustee Stan Brown. Yes. Trustee Tammy Brown,
No.
trustee House,
No.
trustee Holmes. Yes. Trustee Belcher.
No.
Motion failed.
Okay. So I just want to point out to the residents that you see, my board of trustees have been trying to gridlock me. And as a mayor, I'm entitled to the appointments that I have before you. And that's how you're able to run a smooth operation. And they like to create, conflict, and they like to create chaos, which I'm not for. I really want this to run smooth and let everybody run their own department. Next, is there a motion to approve appointment of village attorney Angela Lockett?
A motion.
Is there a second? It's been motioned and second. And this is her resume. She said, pass it down to y'all. Pass it down. All right.
You got a resume
It's
up
been
there.
motioned and second. Any discussion?
I just have one thing to say.
Go ahead.
With any position, anybody that has been in HR and have an HR background, you would have a background check ran.
Yeah.
Nobody starts until the background clears. That's for any reputable company, business, or anything else. Any person that has an HR background would know that. It's nothing wrong with you putting them on here. Where's the background? Has it been ran, and is it back? Simple as that. We've made this mistake again. Why go back down this same road again with not running background and not making sure that these people are qualified for the position?
First of all, everybody up here is overqualified for their position.
Oh my
So please put some respect on their name, like I tell you to do me. As it relates to us here, we are African American beauty. I'm gonna say that. And with that being said, we are great. You have attorney to my left, and y'all don't want to give them the opportunity. This is Matt Solomon. He has been practicing law for years. To my right, you have Angela Lockett. She is awesome. And this got to, because y'all need to stop playing with people's names. They are attorneys. That means they pass the bar and background check. They wouldn't be an attorney. And as it relates to anything else, as it relates to Ronnie Burge, all y'all know his credentials. You know he has been a police chief in several different locations. And as it relates to Michael Smith, y'all need to stop before he sue y'all for defamation of character. He does not, and I repeat, he does not have a background. Just because you don't like him, don't make it right on what y'all say about people. So please,
Again,
please,
as I
stop
said
defaming.
before,
Hold on, trustee. Please stop defaming people's names, because it ain't cool, it ain't fair, it ain't right. Stop.
What?
I'm entitled to my appointments, and my appointments will be who I choose it to be, because I did that before, listening to a body of picking people that I didn't choose. So this time around, picking the people that I choose, and not against you, or not trying to sabotage you in your camp. And these individuals, like I stated, are overqualified to run the day-to-day operation. So moving on.
let me just
Mind you, she wants to hire them. There's no salary, no background check, no nothing. It's just hire these people and we'll figure it all out later. That's ridiculous. And now she's like, trust me, they're qualified. Like, what? And to obviously, you should check to see if they're still licensed. I don't know if they've done any of that work. Also, for the attorneys, minus, right? You got to make sure their license is all good. And on top of that, for the police chief, he has to be licensed too. So you got to make sure his license is good. He can serve. So I don't know what she's doing.
say this again with qualified. I don't care if you are qualified. Any reputable business, as I stated again, anybody that works for a business knows
real.
that you have to have a background check. I don't care if you are qualified.
Every individual needs to have a background check, and you don't start until your background clears. And that's only because you're going to cover your tail at the end of the day. Yes, okay, qualified? You say they're qualified. Where's the background check? Again, we made these mistakes before. You picked those other people before, and then look again. So background checks. What's the argument? Let's do the background checks and move on from there.
Let's be crystal clear. I never picked anyone with a background. They do not have a background, and they can't start work pending a background check. So we are going to move forward. Thank God it's my appointment. So we're going to move forward. Tomorrow, each one of them will be in HR. And I don't think your attorney did a background check, so I don't know why you want my attorney to do a background check. So stop it. But the people that work for the village, sure, they will do a background check tomorrow. They will go to HR, get the paperwork certified and done, and then they will send them on their background checks. Don't take that long to do. So that's where we are with that. So because we're not waiting no longer. Y'all had me without any of these people in place for several months.
You got to she's asking from the voted
down. I am
down.
here to fix it because now we don't have anybody in place to do the things that's needed to run a day-to-day operation. So, well, thank you. I appreciate it. So I just want to make sure.
Mayor.
So go ahead.
No, and I just want to kind of state, because my original statement was I was very intentional in terms of just saying the information had not been provided. I do not think that anybody deserves to have their name defamed. So that is not the intention. I believe the process that I'm looking for before making a positive vote would be either a resume for a contractor, a background check, and either voted yes or no. But there's no intention on defaming anybody, but the board does have the authority to make the decision based on the information presented. At this time, we received no information, and I will be voting no.
Okay,
that makes sense. That just makes sense.
Because again, y'all send in improper information out. Y'all don't have any authority to do anything. You guys are supposed to do advice and consent. What that means, just so we crystal clear,
exactly what advice
advice and consent states that they're supposed to agree or disagree, and that's it. And then guess what I get to do? Still appoint my appointment. That's how this goes.
No,
so
that's not how it goes.
How they keep trying to act like they
That's
control.
not how it goes. She doesn't understand how it goes.
Over my office. I am the executive branch. Again, they're the legislative branch. We learned this in 8th grade. Gosh, why y'all ain't got it yet? So anyway, moving on. Colorado.
You can't just appoint them. She doesn't know what is she talking about?
Trustee Stan Brown?
Yes.
Trustee Tammy Brown?
No.
Trustee House?
No.
Trustee Holmes?
Yes.
Trustee Belcher?
No.
Well, y'all
motion
got
failed.
Of saying no. Okay. Next, is there a motion to approve appointment of special counsel? Is there a motion?
Why would we? It's the same thing.
Is there a second? All right. Is there a second? Anybody? Stan?
We asked Stan Brown. Nobody
Stan,
doing
can I get a
nothing.
second?
Nope. Stan is not even thinking about it. Stan is just like
Yes, no.
Stan's just like I'm.
So y'all don't want me to have special counsel as it relates to cases for the village of Dalton?
No, special counsel's for her.
All right, thank God I get
If
to
they
the point.
know.
All right, it fails. Next, is there a motion to approve appointment of executive assistant?
So I have a question.
Is there? I'm in
I got a
motion. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motion and second. Now you can speak.
So executive assistant, when did it become an appointment? And then what is Jacqueline Richardson's position?
Trustee, you and I spoke in the lot, the parking lot that is, and we talked about all of this and all the people that work in our village and what do they do. Hey, y'all out of order. Stop. Let us finish what we're doing. So we did all of that, and you know the answer to those questions. So for you to get up here, hold on. So for you to get up here and act like you didn't talk with me, you spoke with me, you and I, and we talked about everything that was going on in the village, everything that was wrong, who did what wasn't approved. We talked about all of this, trustee. But yet you come up here and have amnesia. Come on. You know what's going on. You do. So we here for executive assistant. So
what's Jacqueline's position?
So basically we're here for executive assistant. So I'm asking for
That's
your
not an
approval.
appointed position.
It's what?
That's not appointed position.
Trustee, it's on the agenda. I either have your support or I don't. So you're going to support me since it's not appointed position? Do you support me with my hire?
It's not appointed position.
Do you support me with my hire, trustee?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, that's my point. I know you don't. Thank you for saying that for the record. Y'all don't support anything I do. So anyway, call the roll.
This woman's a total idiot.
Trustee Norwood?
No.
Trustee Stan Brown? Trustee Tammy Brown?
No.
Trustee House?
No.
Trustee Holmes?
Yes.
Trustee Belcher?
No.
Motion failed.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
So couple things. I just want to reiterate what just happened. There was motions for several individuals. A motion to appoint the police chief. Guys, hey, order. And y'all do know the judge got a law against y'all for heckling or doing anything, so I'm gonna make sure you know that tomorrow. So anyway,
She's
a
gonna
motion-
go
there has
tell the
been several
judge.
Motions made. It's been a motion for the police chief for Ronnie Burge Sr., and I had 2 votes on that and 4 noes. And then there was a motion for approval of village attorney Angela Lockett, and that was also 2 yeas and 4 noes. And then I had a motion to approve appointment of special counsel Matt Solomon. Stand why y'all want no other attorneys to eat, just y'all attorney, huh? So that motion failed. I didn't get a second. And then I had a motion for executive assistant. I got 2 yeas and 4 noes. So that's where we are with that. Moving on. All right, so the attorney have asked me to make sure I put this in the record. As you guys know, I am entitled to have temporary appointments. Currently, right now, these individuals will be my temporary appointments. I already named them, but I will rename them for record. And that is appointment of police chief, Ronnie Burge Sr., appointment of village attorney, Angela Lockett.
So
Attorney,
temporary appointments.
Matt Solomon for special counsel, and also executive assistant for Michael Smith. Those are my temporary appointments, which I am entitled to by state statute. And then, of course, next board meeting, we will bring it back up again to see if I will keep the same individual or I will go with new people. So temporary appointment goes every 30 days for those that don't know how it works. So I want to make sure that it's in the record. That's for the record clerk. So when I see the minutes, I want to see those statements. Next on the agenda is there a motion to terminate the law firm of Odison, Murphy, Frazier, and McGrath?
She
Is there a
has
motion?
to fire the attorneys.
Is there a
really
motion to
delusional.
terminate the law firm of Odison, Murphy, Frazier, and McGrath? Is there a motion? Anybody motion? Stand no? Andrew, no? We on the last one. Motion to terminate Odison.
She begging,
Is there a second?
please.
Nobody?
Nobody.
Want to second that? Nope. Tam, you want a second?
No, you ain't got a motion to second.
She's really good. That's fine. So,
There's no motion.
Okay. So, that was only a motion and not a second to terminate Odison, Murphy, Frazier, and McGrath. I put them on here every single board meeting. And the reason why I put them on the agenda is because they are taking advantage of our community. They are overcharging us and they're creating chaos and confusion among our residents. So I want people to know what is going on. And I put
She
it
really
on the
hates them.
agenda just so people can see it for what it is. I stated earlier that they put on a bill for $136,000 or $39,000, but yet they keep saying we're broke. But yet they're the only law firm that's constantly getting paid. I see that I didn't even see an invoice for a Delgado group. So it's just sad to see that, but yet y'all don't want to appoint my attorneys to make sure that things can get done. And I'm gonna make sure that you understand this. They are not the village attorney. I did not vote or appoint their law firm for our village. I did not. But yet they want to come in and do the strong arming and take over the cases for our village. And that is what I am fighting up against. That is what you don't see or don't know or don't understand. So I just want to make sure that I put that in the record so you understand why I say terminate that law firm that don't mean our community any good. They put a fake recall together that they lost. And when they
The
lost
recalls,
they
you still
charged
something
the
over the
residents
recall.
for that when they knew they couldn't do it because they did it in 2015, I think, and they lost that. Then they came back and did it again. And that recall was Stan Brown, me, and Robert Hunt. So all I'm saying to you guys is pay attention to your money, pay attention to the wallet, because right now people are taking advantage of you not knowing, you being misinformed with misleading information. So I want to point that out. Last but not least, my vetoes. I stated that I was vetoing certain things, and on that veto list, because I want to just put this in there because y'all don't remember a recall, she had a payment for reimbursement for travel for Trustee Belcher. They paid $7,800 to Big Woods Barbecue for Tea with the Trustees. Y'all eat barbecue at Tea with the Trustees? I don't think so, but it's cool. And then they had the payment to Odison, Murphy, Frazier, and McGrath. And then they paid Nikita, I don't know what she at, $2,500 or $3,500 for a website. Like, I'm just saying. But everybody paying their friends, but y'all don't see what's really going on before you. And then also, I am also vetoing other line items. I only stated these vetoes just so you can understand, but normally I just say I'm vetoing. We give the vetoes to the clerk. The clerk has a copy of it, and you can get it from them. Next.
That was a lot.
All right, next is that motion to adjourn.
Finally.
All right, it's been motion and second. Colorado. Mean adjourn. This is adjournment, right? Yeah, this is adjournment. Y'all ready? Okay, Colorado. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
All right, enjoy your day.
That's it. I missed the start of the chaos. Wow. Oh my. No, my mic's not hot. That was insanity. That was definitely insanity. So let me go back to this. So we've just finished that crazy board meeting. So we learned a lot today. So she asked for the appointments. They denied the appointments because they said we don't know who these people are. Henyard said just appoint them anyway, and we'll figure it out later. And they're like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would we just appoint someone and then figure it out later? That's BS. She says, well, you know what? I'm gonna what do they call it? Temporary appointments, and they're going to court tomorrow to argue it out. So yeah, this is this is kind of insane. I wish Tiff. I was with Tiff until she started attacking Pitbull and her demonizing the amazing dog breed. Well, and you see all those reports that she wrote. Did she write them? All those reports she wrote. Hey, this is me. This is me. Tiff Henyard is insanity. It's insanity. So, and it's so much that they have that they have to get through. It's just like ridiculous. So we know now that. So now we know at least we're getting closer. Election time is here, so they're running for election. They got the election board. They had a whole bunch of stuff going on. So I think next month's meeting will be 2 months until the election, and then the January meeting, that's the 1 month before election. So this was 3 months. Next month is going to be 2 months, and then the January meeting, which is going to be a bomb. So we'll see that. We'll see what happens in court tomorrow. So obviously I'll do a video after the court thing tomorrow. I'll find out. And we'll see what happens. So, I have been up for a long time for the election last night, for this tonight, so I'm going to bed. But the super mayor is insane. She literally wanted them to hire people without background checks, without their resume, just, hey, trust me, I'm good for it. That's insanity. So, listen, guys, thanks again so much for coming to watch the Super Mayor Madness, because this is just, she's just insane. She's just, none of that made any sense. But with that being said, I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great one. Next meeting is the first Tuesday in December. So I'll be seeing you then. And if anything else happens, I'll pop up the video and let you guys know. Thanks again. We'll talk. Peace, guys. Let me end this stream.